we are on the same page, them and I. I want to talk to Amon and I want to talk to Hoppy. Is it easier if just two of us jump down to private,
This
or
game is really hard to play until you're bigger.
Yes,
That's
I'll
fine.
just follow you and then take my
okay?
headset off.
Let's start with Hoppy. Meet me in secrets.
Okay, hold on one second.
Can anyone hear me?
Yes, I
Okay,
can hear
here,
you.
Mathis, I need you to.
And then it was just me, alone with my thoughts.
Hey, Tom.
Hey, Mark. Just quickly, I don't like you and Amon's character specifically. I don't have like a. I feel like I understand the other characters and their kind of wants and needs pretty well. I'm not 100% sure I fully get Hoppy yet, so I just wanted to um, sort of touch with you, and then like without the benefit of other people telling you what they think your character should do, sort of get your 2 cents. For me, the big like question mark in Hoppy's progression, his story arc, is the Griffin. Um,
Mhm.
I think I feel like it's definitely an element that you've latched onto as a player, and I think it's kind of fun for Hoppy. But I'm trying to understand it so I can sort of figure out like where we want to go with the idea. Is it that you are? Is it the idea that you think Hoppy likes just having a pet bird, or is it more like on the player slash combat scale of things that like if you could swing it, you would really like to have a mountable Griffin warrior pet?
Oh no, no. The the way that I kind of figured that he fit in is, from uh, when I was in the slave pits, I would have been in the bestiary. Um, I would have been comfortable surrounded by animals. When we found the griffin, I kind of latched onto it as like this was my first adventure as a free person, and I found this animal, and I wanted it to be part of my uh, more of a pet, more of a like a I think that he would um, like to grow some sort of interaction with it, and I don't care if that's just I feed him every time, every chance that I get with whatever the bits from the enemies are that I can get. I would like him to become like a more like as a uh, uh, as something to carry forth. I was thinking about continuing to talk to different people about how to train it, how to and I don't maybe at some point it could be like a familiar, but I didn't really think about it going that far. I was mostly just keeping it as kind of a connection to that past of being in the bestiary.
Okay. Is there any world where like you think you would want it to evolve to a point where maybe Hoppy would take a level in something like Ranger or Druid, and like want the Griffin to become like a larger part of like his character identity, or is it more just like a you like
No, I
being
could see that. I
okay?
could actually see that. Yeah, he's very, um, you know, uh, I think that it's uh, one of his uh, uh, not goals, but one of his. Uh, sorry, I've got a little griffin over here. Um, uh, I, yes, I could see a world where I take a level of I spend some months or years uh, working with some sort of druid or something to make him a bigger part of my existence.
Okay. I just wanted to figure out where that was. Like if it was a just I like the idea of having a pirate style parrot on my shoulder, or if it was more like
well, well,
I
there
could
is a
see
little bit of that.
right, or if it was like at level 12 I could see Hoppy riding Hoppy or Hoppy riding the Griffin into battle and jumping off of him for like a skydive attack, like
Yeah.
just in 2 years of game time, like where do you see this? I just kind of wanted to get a feel and make sure that we were kind of on the same path together. I will. My intention is then to sort of build this out and create that as a possibility for you. And when we get
Okay.
closer to it, we can discuss like a multi-class option and a way to
Yeah.
make it not sort of broken in the context of gameplay for you to have a pet
Okay.
Griffin. But
Yeah,
I think that's all.
and for right now, I'm pretty comfortable with it just being, a parrot, a pirate parrot on the shoulder. But
Yeah.
in the fullness of time, I fully intend to keep interacting with it and researching how to do this. So maybe if you can give me like an interaction where I go in and talk to a druid and they say, oh, it's going to take you a year of training, and we can put him in the preschool for griffins and get him started. Then we can leave him until a little bit later in the story. But maybe I have to pay for it, that schooling, or pay for that training or something, and then we can come back to it when we're at level where that would be appropriate.
Yeah, after the Vault of Proving, sort of like main quest that we're heading towards now, I think there'll be an opportunity for us to explore some stuff. You might encounter some information between now and then, but it's on my radar. I just want to make sure we were on the same page about what you want for Hoppy.
Yeah. I can't imagine doing that anytime in the nearest future. Probably for 4 or 5 more levels, but or 3 or 4 more levels. But yes, I would like him to continue being part of it, and I would like to continue him growing. I don't even know what the lifespan of a griffin is, so
Long enough, I think 60-ish years.
okay, so he probably won't. He'll be a baby for another few years in game time.
All right, I'm gonna grab Caleb. Thank you, Mark.
Thanks.
Hey, I just talked with Hoppy about something not at all the same, but I was telling him that I like your character sort of falls into that. I think I get where you're going, but I wanted to touch base because I feel like I've got sort of a firmer understanding of some of the other player characters and like kind of what they want out of the game and where they want their character to go.
Okay.
I have a cool idea for Amon. I think, well, of course, I think my ideas are cool, I guess, but I like run it by you and either sort of get your buy-in on the idea. So you have an interesting backstory, and you've got sort of a question mark surrounding like your mother in general and or maternal tribe.
hmm
If I had an idea for that, would you like me to tell you what the idea is, and then you can tell me yes or no, or would you rather sort of like, is it a world where you'd rather just trust me and be surprised as a player with some kind of in character reveal about your past?
I'd be down for that.
uh, I was talking to Megan about it, and like you seem like a character or a player who likes to be very involved in their character's direction. So I didn't want to like spring a, hey, by the way, you didn't write this and we didn't talk about it, but this is what you are now.
Yeah.
And have you be
No,
like,
I'm.
ooh,
I kind of intentionally tried to leave some stuff vague so that if you wanted to, you could fill it in. So that sounds great to me.
okay. I won't spoil too much then. I think pieces sort of came together that I think it would fit what I already know about Amon's sort of character type a little bit, and like I think once we get clear of uh, the Vault of Proving here coming up, like my
hmm
B story will probably be fleshing out your backstory a bit.
Sweet.
and sort of exploring some of those mysteries.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you find that like you see the direction it's going and you just absolutely do not like it, we can always like just hit me up and we can hard write it somewhere, and you can be like, well, that's maybe who she was, but that's not who I am. And
Gotcha.
we'll figure something out if you just really hate it. But
Okay.
all right, thanks, Caleb.
Yeah, thank you.
Stupid.
So we went from a 5-star rating to a 4.8 star rating.
You're not a 5-star man anymore.
Not anymore,
No.
apparently. Some jerk
you move that
gave
down
me a
there,
4-star.
Because he broke something. That jerk.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, right.
Go get him. Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, I
Two-
can actually.
Two better, in fact.
Okay, good.
Cool.
Oh, well then turn me down. Not something I say too often.
All right. Character conference is complete. Does anybody have any notes for me? Anything they need to talk to me about before we start? Go ahead.
Who are we cremating? Who are we killing?
Well, it's probably not one of the two players I talked to, so
Aw.
Damn it.
I mean, yeah, good.
It's nice playing with you, Zach.
Right.
Enjoy your death.
Well, you did say, going up in flames, right? It's a good
Mhm.
being incinerated. Wouldn't be a bad way to go.
All right. Well, I guess not then. I just realized I hadn't been giving you guys the opportunity to talk to, like, John the DM before we start a game, in case there were any, like, I don't like where the story's going type of comments or questions, or hey, we haven't had any popcorn adventures yet. How come we haven't found a cabbage vendor?
I would prefer to not get eaten by any more giant sandworms.
You should not
That's a
be
note
used as bait.
I will write down, but I can make no guarantees about it.
Okay.
I would prefer to ride them often. Thank you. You're welcome.
Wow. Wow.
My note here just says Michelle prefers to ride them often.
Yeah.
Ride those
Dunes
worms. There you go.
style.
A la Paul
You're who you are.
Atreides.
Yes.
All right. Then who wants to recap our previous episode before we jump into it? When we got a flood watch.
We finally bought Hoppy. We bought him. He's ours. Okay, I guess he's his own. But we bought him. Bought and paid for.
Oh dear.
Yeah, we got that. That was like the biggest part.
And to
We
the
started-
rest of the things.
Yeah, then we started traveling. Yeah, and got attacked. Oh, we were basically went on a budget tour. Is what it was.
Mhm.
And instead of having a team that knew what they were doing, very well, it seemed like, we decided instead of chartering a solo boat thing across the sand, we went the Spirit of the Sands style of thing.
Spirit Sands.
Yeah, Spirit Sands. And then got hit with a nice sandstorm.
If we didn't go southwest, we'd still be waiting.
Right. We took up some stuff, some sandworms. Oni got eaten,
Mhm.
and people jumped down a hole without looking and hurt themselves. Why they did that?
Yeah.
And we killed the sandworm, and now we're getting ready to head back or get back on our way, right?
We
did
buried
we
the
get?
lost. Well, we burned
Oh, that's right.
and
Oh,
sent
we saw
off
the.
the lost people.
Oh, yeah, we saw, or some of us saw. Well, actually, you woke us all up, didn't you? So
Yep.
we
I
all
woke
saw
up
this
you
nice
and
blue.
Amon.
That's right. You woke us up to let us know about this big blue light that came from the north,
Hmm.
which wasn't in the direction we were heading, but it is something to keep an eye out for, possibly. Either that, or it was a mirage in the middle of the night because it's the desert.
Hmm. And the
It's
next
a good thing
morning-
we're recapping because I literally wrote down discovered aliens to the west.
Well, we were traveling west at that time, but it was
Didn't happen. It's
was in
literally
the
my
north.
paraphrase of that.
And
Mhm,
we
nice.
waited until the morning and asked the
Okay,
captain
sorry.
about it, and he didn't know anything about it either.
I like that you're really steering into role-playing a woman this campaign, though, Michelle, where you're just making emotionally based suppositions that are completely incorrect.
Rude.
Appreciate
Meg,
your
I-
dedication.
can you just slap the shit out of John in real life? That'd be
Kicking him
cool.
under the
That'd be a
desk.
cool thing to have happen. Okay, good. Oh, asshole. Okay. Yeah, I definitely took some female liberation there with that note,
Appreciate it.
I
Yep,
guess.
yep. Oh goodness. The only other I think worth mentioning, because it might come back later, is during the sandstorm and sort of kerfuffle of crashing into those black stones in the desert.
Ezekiel.
Renan took advantage of the confusion and broke into the footlockers, discovered a bunch of interesting things, including some ceremonial Isis vestments, priestess of Isis vestments, and a couple of coin purses that contained 100 Electrum coins specifically each, of which she took 10, 5 from each bag, and then also gave kids some hush money to not tell anybody what they saw.
Which is basically like 5 gold. So you're welcome. I took nothing.
Which is also like framing the kids.
You're welcome. Kids can get away with anything. I've got them. It's okay.
Or you kill them
The worst
because
that
they're
happens
kids.
is they get thrown into an orphanage in the middle of the desert. Look, I turned out fine.
I'm just saying. I'm on adventures now. Come on, it's like.
Who needs me?
All right, so I believe we had gotten to our long rest, slept through the alien northwestern skybeam, and we'll start here at the beginning of a brand new day. The dawn of the desert finds you early. The heat is already growing. What is happening? Nice. Sorry, dog issues. It's already starting to get warm in the desert. You still have much of the Dune Sea to travel. What would you guys like to do this morning?
Well, we're finishing. Is the
Repair?
ship ready for us to get it
Yep.
going?
I
Okay.
believe we actually tried kicking off before we ended the last session, and it did move forward.
Yes.
You feel like the vibration of the sand a little more acutely than you did before. It's very much you are traveling at highway speeds on a spare tire. Kind of
Yay.
the vibe. You can feel the repairs, but they seem to be effective all the same. The answer can be nothing, but I just like to give you guys the option if you wanted to do anything, exchange anything, push buttons, talk to each other, that sort of thing before I advance.
Demand payment for protecting him.
Oh, but that's going to happen once we get into town. We haven't got there yet. Didn't
We're
we?
demanding payment.
Yes.
Y'all don't understand how to make friends, man. Let's just say,
You
look
steal
at.
from them. You clearly
You
just
just
steal
stole
from
from
them.
them.
You don't know that. Nobody knows what I did. Relax.
Hey, you
I know
don't
what you
share
did.
stuff. Yeah. Okay.
No,
I say we do nothing. We just start heading.
Yeah.
we could secure.
Get on our way.
All right. Then we shall move on.
Mom, Dad, pay attention to me.
Seriously, he's having a real rough day. I think maybe it's over. Yeah. All right. After getting everything underway, watching the sunrise, you guys are making good time. I will have the same random encounter check that we've had before. Who would like to make it this time?
Oh, I will.
Zach, roll for me a 10-sided die.
Okay. I'll try the little thing over here. Got an 8.
Okay. You guys travel all day. The sun is now low in the sky, setting in the west ahead of you, and nothing exciting has happened. You were on high alert given that you were in sandworm country yesterday. You had your eyes peeled all day for, worm sighting and or sandstorms or God knows what else the desert was going to try to kill you with. But day 3 passes without any incident.
You're welcome, everybody.
You're encouraged by the captain to go ahead and take rest below deck if you want to. It's going to get pretty cold tonight in his estimation. Iria and Numaz will stay above deck, but you guys can do whatever you want to do. Are there any evening activities that the characters would like to do?
Let's get drunk. Can we get drunk?
You can.
Is there any good fire water on?
I'm
on
not old
board?
enough.
There's no shortage of ways to get drunk on a sand barge.
On account of its 3 days of not doing anything.
It's something they provisioned for.
Okay, I say
will-
I get drinking and do a little bit of gambling, just see what our other passengers are doing and kind of join in.
Okay. We'll dovetail that in just one moment. Mark, you said something else?
I don't think that the people that are up there are quite up to the task of protecting us from another encounter, so I will offer to keep watch.
I will do the same.
I want to check on the kids.
While these guys fleece everybody for all that they've got, I'm super okay with that.
Are you
I just want to go check on the
alternating-
kids.
Okay. Alternating watches, or like both of you just all night, not taking a long rest?
Alternating watches.
Okay. Below deck, Renan, you find the kids mostly asleep. One of them is like very acutely clutching his Electrum coin close to his chest, just barely covering his body with a small rag for warmth. You can tell either they were talking about it or recently playing with them because they all have them in hands. One of them is like just loose on the bed next to them.
Like I said, try and get him killed.
So you've made an impression on them for sure. But as far as them keeping the coin secret, maybe a little less than you were hoping for.
That's all
Feed
right.
them to the sandworm.
It seems
No.
technically
Oversight.
safe.
Jeez. Okay, I'll
All
just give
quiet.
him. I'll like pull out some treat that I have in my sack because I'm a woman, so I always have treats in my sack. So I hand them some like chocolate or Turkish delights.
Turkish delight. Oh my goodness. The lion, the witch, and the... Oh my goodness. The audacity of this bitch.
You lean into who you are. Lean in
Yep.
into it.
The kids will wake up to a delicious treat of Turkish delight.
Let's say chocolate.
Okay, that's, yeah. I think everybody can
Oh,
get
you're
back.
carrying chocolate out in the middle of the desert? It's probably all melted and gross.
Relax. I have
That's all
secrets.
Andy.
Gross.
Do, 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 do.
Gummy bears.
The
They don't melt.
Yes, they do. They turned to big.
There is the captain is willing to organize with you a game of 3 Dragon Ante. If
Cool.
you want to play, if anybody wants to play, you can. It's a simple dice-based gambling game.
Oh, that's convenient. Sure.
Before I go through it, is it just Draco playing?
Come on, Amon. You know you want to. Come
I'm
on.
gonna go read in the corner.
And I like to imagine
Fucking nerd.
that if Renan joins, that she's going to be doing the fake drink where if they turned it into a drinking game, she takes a drink but really just like throws it over her shoulder or like gets everybody else drunk so that she can steal from them.
Yeah, I'll play. I'll play for the reason of stealing. For sure. That seems me.
So just 2 players.
Yep.
There are 2 other players on the barge, chartered guests, and the captain is acting like the dealer. The game works as such. You will roll 3 20-sided dice. It's probably best if people don't see this roll, so you can whisper them to me. There is a button you can tick called Always Whisper GM. If you whisper me 3 20-sided rolls, that way I'll know you're not cheating, and no one else will know what your hand is that represents the 3 cards you're dealt. You will then play a card representing one of the die that you've rolled, publicly sharing that number in chat. Then there will be a round of betting. then you will each reveal your second card in hand. Then there's a round of betting, and then the third card is revealed, and the character with the highest number value wins the pot.
Where's the button?
Yeah, I'm not seeing that.
If I have to do everything,
You
It would be
do.
great.
It's okay.
Or I can
in
do it.
the-
Do we roll one at a time as well, or?
You can roll all three. In the upper right-hand corner, there's the core, bio, and spells tabs. Right next to that, on the far right end of that, is a cogwheel. If you click the cogwheel, it'll give you this huge drop-down menu. But on the right third of it, it'll say character sheet type, PC, roll queries, advantage toggle probably. And then the third option on the right-hand side is whisper rolls to GM. And by default, it's set to never whisper rolls. But if you just click on it, there's a drop-down. You can turn
Okay,
on
there you
whisper
go.
toggle or always whisper.
I heard none
There
of
you go.
that.
Okay, look at your character sheet.
I'm on my character sheet.
Okay, where your spells, where it says core bio spells, there's a cog.
Yeah, cogwheel. Got that
Click the
far.
cogwheel. Then you go down. It's 3 lines. Whisper rolls. Click in that line.
No, I don't see what you're talking about then.
Okay. Did you click the cogwheel?
Yeah, I clicked the cogwheel.
Okay.
A whole
It
page
says
opened up.
it says character sheets type.
I see now. I see now.
Okay. There you go.
Whisper toggle.
Water, Helen, water.
I am who I am. I hope that whispered.
Nope.
Fuck. Well, I tried.
That is what matters.
That was a good roll.
So you get dealt your 3 cards and you just put them face up on the table in front of you, and you're like, "Let's do this, boys."
Mine did
Well-
too, didn't it? God damn it.
There's a learning curve to this game.
It is. I was taking her lead, like, oh shit.
Yep. Unfamiliar with the rules, Renan just plays cards face up, and you're like, "I think those cards are better than these cards," and you show everybody your cards.
Well, see, we're playing the dumb game,
Yeah,
initially.
we're playing the long game. So in the first round, you act like you don't know, and then the second
Exactly.
round, you take them for all they're worth.
You
Come
know?
on,
We're good at this.
figure it
Hoppy-
out.
Yeah, you're playing now, Huffy?
And
Yeah.
Hoppy joins in. Give me 3
This will be
face
fun.
cards.
I like cards.
Go fish. It's awkward because everybody can see your heads up gameplay here. It's 1 gold to start the game, so everybody's 1 gold invested. Now each of you can choose to play a card to the center. There's some strategy as whether you want to start high or start low, that's up to you. But if you just type in chat the card you want to play by sharing one of the 3 numbers you rolled publicly in chat. So Zach has a very low ordered card. Michelle plays a middle of the road card. And Hoppy.
Oh, I'm not playing. I was just
Okay.
testing to see if I could do the whisper.
The dealer rolls a 10 or shares publicly a 10, and the other 2 passengers both reveal a 9, matching.
Hey, they got good hands.
In this round, the dealer looks like he's got the strongest hand, and he's putting down 2 gold. So you can either fold, or you can match his bet of 2 gold and stay in for the next round.
I'm in.
I'll go ahead and go in. Yep.
Then reveal your second card.
Oh, god damn it.
Okay. You both play what you think are high cards, but they are both lower than the dealer's card, and but you beat the pants off of the other two paying customers. And the captain is now betting 5 gold, which is largely considered the maximum at most Three Dragon ante tables for a hand, because he is either bluffing you pretty confidently or has yet to play his best card.
I'm gonna go ahead and fold.
I'm in.
Okay. You actually win Renan with 43 total. He only had 41. And give me just one quick second to figure out how much money that would have been with the one person dropping out. I need a piece of paper. I didn't think this was going to be that complicated.
Math.
Yeah, well, if everybody stayed in, it would be pretty easy, but...
I screwed it up because, I saw your card, saw you're going to beat me anyway, so.
We cheated.
I think the math is just that Renan wins exactly 30 gold.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, I'm going to just try something. Did that whisper? No.
No,
Okay.
you gotta.
Your trick didn't work there, mister.
I
you
think
have
you.
To always whisper or to toggle?
I got always whisper roll.
Are you using the /roll command, or are you just using the die?
I did both.
Try setting it to toggle, and then make sure the toggle is on.
Okay.
What's the
Not seeing where
command?
the toggle is, though.
Is it roll?
/roll, /roll.
That's what I thought.
The other option is you can just use the Whisper GM macro.
Yeah,
Nope.
I think that's what I'll do, because...
Nope.
Yeah, okay.
If you open the Whisper GM tab and just in that /roll space 3d20, I bet you it will whisper me 3 rolls.
There's an error with your formula. Please try again.
Did that work in secrets, or did
Nope,
everyone see
I
it?
saw that.
All right, well,
Good.
we'll have to figure this out another time.
That did whisper to you.
I was much closer.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I know.
I'm walking away from the game. I'm very happy with my 30 gold.
Really?
Bye.
Only one round? Boo.
Yep.
The captain's trying to talk you back into another game, but you didn't even need your sleight of hand this time to steal from them.
Mm-hmm.
I
just
yeah. Go ahead, Michelle.
Think and walk away.
Nice. All right. As the evening progresses, everybody starts going to sleep. The overnight watch team make sure that nothing nefarious happens through the darkness of the evening. Hoppy's watch passes without incident, as does Oni's. Oni, just before dawn, there's some commotion on deck. You look around quickly, and Amon is like thrashing about in his sleep. He's completely like shed his bedroll and is profusely sweating and sort of like looks like he's sleep fighting. You know what I mean? It's that sort of like thrashing about like he's having a nightmare.
All right, I'm gonna walk over and put one like solid hand on his shoulder and see if that wakes him, but be ready to dodge if he tries to attack me. I don't know what kind of dream he's having, but I do want to wake him.
Bad one. Clearly a bad one.
What's happening right now?
I'm waiting to find out if I get punched in the nose.
No, it doesn't take. It takes even just the lightest physical contact, and Amon snaps out of his dream state, and he like just instinctively draws his belt dagger and brings it to an aggressive offensive posture. Your gladiatorial training has already taught you to dodge and parry, so
I'm just
he was
gonna
never going to hurt you. But it's weird to see him be that
I'm just gonna say
upset.
quietly, "Good morning, brother. You were having a bad dream."
It's an understatement.
Oh.
What time is it?
About 5.
The sun will be rising soon. I was actually just about to wake the group anyway. Is there anything you want to talk about?
I had a dream that I was being eaten alive by an army of the undead.
Ah,
I don't like that dream.
I've never had any dream like that in my life.
know that if that time comes, I'll be fighting them with you.
Quiet, Andy.
He's just cooing. He's got a belly full of sandworm. All right.
Need an assist?
Take a few moments and I'll wake the rest of the group. And then I'm just gonna
I'm just gonna get up and go up on deck and just ponder my dream and talk to the captain about when we're going to be arriving at our destination.
I'm gonna give him some space and then go rouse the rest of the group. I imagine if he's drunk, Draco's gonna take a little more nudging.
Yeah.
Maybe a cold water on the face or
Gonna approach him with a wet blanket, probably. If a fire druid's been drinking all night, like who knows what that morning
Fire,
does.
water,
Yeah.
fire, water.
Everybody wakes up pretty effortlessly, rising now on the 4th morning of your journey. Unless there are any special morning type actions you guys want to undertake, I would like another volunteer for random encounter table.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
Go. Ooh. Sadly, or maybe not, another just boring day of travel across the endless dune sea. All afternoon, heads on a swivel. You guys are paying very close attention to everything around you. It just doesn't matter. Nothing happens. It is. The kids are so bored they're just sleeping through the whole day. They're going to be up all night causing havoc. The people are tired of playing, Three Dragon Ante. They're just looking for something new to see, but 360 degrees for as far as the eye can see, it's just more desert.
Dirt.
Yeah, there are a couple of clever people trying to play like an I Spy style game, but like just hearing them play it is grating on your last nerve. And yeah, nothing exciting, no diversions today. Nighttime approaches. Are there any nighttime activities the party wants to take?
I need to win my money back. One more
I'll
time.
be resting like from dusk till like late evening so that I can take the second watch again.
And I'll take the first watch.
I want to talk to the captain and ask about the undead, if that's something he's ever encountered.
He tells you no, that's largely like a children's story. They tell you to scare you away from the very area we're traveling. He shares with you some old wives' tales that after the devastation, the afterlife was overfull, that too many souls tried to enter Duat, the other world, at once, and there was no place for them to go, so they were just sent to wander in the void between worlds. And after enough time of wandering, some of these poor, unfortunate souls that were, destroyed in the devastation found their way back into our world and now walk the earth as these mindless abominations, hungry for human flesh. But he tells you that he doesn't really buy into that. He's traveled these dunes pretty often and pretty deeply, and he's never seen one.
The first mate say pretty much the same thing.
She seems very quiet.
I'm just going to ask her directly. Have you heard of or seen anything like this? Or is it just legend?
Once you speak to her directly, when she feels sort of seen by you, she just walks away towards the stern of the ship and just stares off at the horizon. Captain Numos sort of like stops you from pursuing her, just telling you that she had a very traumatic experience with what he believes were desert cannibals. That ate some of the people she was in charge of protecting. She has nightmares about it, and sometimes says crazy things about how they weren't living, that they were skeletal, zombified husks of formerly alive people that erupted out of the sea and tried to drag them below the sands where they were devoured. But he thinks that those are just, stress-based hallucinations, and that cannibals out here in the Dune Sea are not entirely unheard of. There are wild tribes of, men that subsist off of eating travelers.
Okay.
He thinks that's a far more likely explanation than.
But he's protecting her. He's protecting her from for more traumatizing questions.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll leave her alone for now.
For now.
Now.
How dubious.
Okay. There were no special evening requirements, so everybody's going to get a nice, fitful night of sleep, as everybody on the barge is just sort of over this. The kids are up because they slept all day. They're bouncing around, playing games, throwing coins at each other, singing nursery rhymes. It is cute for about an hour, and then it just starts to sort of grate on you a little bit.
I need more to drink.
You do your best to cope in whatever way you cope, to make sure you can get enough sleep that you're available, present for the next day. The day ends when morning rises. You are greeted by the dawn yet again from behind you. This time, your sleep was so disturbed, so discomfortable. I'd like each of you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Am I awake doing my watch? Sorry.
I assumed you were.
Yep.
West or north?
Mr. Golden, he shines down on me. Shine down, shine,
Come on.
shine,
He's
Yes,
shining
you're
down.
bright-eyed.
shine, 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 shine down.
All together now.
It's because his Constitution save was 20. This is
Yeah,
helping.
he's so happy.
Mm-hmm.
feel like
Bright
I'm
Adam
Nine
Bush
on
Day.
down.
still waiting for 2 Constitution saving throws.
Oh, sorry.
Hoppy and Oni.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't sure that you also wanted me to do one.
Just only if you're part of everybody.
All right. Everybody except for Hoppy seems to have gotten like the bare minimum amount of sleep to function as a sane, rational adult person. Hoppy wakes up super grouchy. You sit up and realize you have fallen asleep on like a wooden children's toy, and like it has left a knot in your shoulder that makes you just lurch almost a full foot lower on your left side. Your eyes are bloodshot. You just hate the piercing sound of children's laughter this morning. Like it's
Can
not
you
gonna.
act like this, sir?
It's
I like
Any
the
experience?
idea of a grumpy minotaur.
yeah. You're
Yeah.
having one of those days where you wake up this morning wishing a motherfucker would. It is a bad day, and Hoppy, you have earned 1 level of exhaustion.
How do I?
There should be an exhaustion tracker on your character sheet.
Okay.
I just came to my character sheet to look for it. I don't think I've ever had to use that before.
The
I've never even heard of it.
first level of exhaustion just imparts disadvantage on skill checks. So for the rest of today, you're going to be not quite as reliably good at things as you are, being sleep deprived and cranky and just generally kind of in a shitty mood.
Where is it?
That's
I
some
don't see it.
bullshit.
On
Yeah,
the-
where is it? I don't see it.
Let me see. Let me see what I can see.
Is it another resource?
No, I don't actually see it anymore.
Oops, that's not funny.
It's a little-
I can just remember that skill checks are a disadvantage.
Is it
Yep.
something we have to turn on the spell sheet?
I don't think so, and I don't want to like. I've done enough behind the scenes stuff today. I don't want to
Okay.
lose any more time to figuring out how this stupid sheet works or doesn't. So, yep, Hoppy's just a little bit of a cranky bull today.
Oh,
Okay,
show
bullshit.
exhaustion tracking. You can turn it on. It's
Okay.
in the cogwheel on the far right side, like close to the bottom.
There it is. Okay.
And then it adds a new box underneath your hit dice and death save.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's weird because I thought that was always there, but apparently that's not true.
It's weird. It's almost like things aren't working the way we thought.
They make changes to this pretty regularly, so it's not. Things do move. Like they. Whoa, Mark, you're killing yourself.
I was just wondering how many levels of exhaustion there were.
Keep going. go 1 more after 5,
Oh no.
And roll a new character.
and dead.
Oh dear. Is that permanent? Okay, there we go.
Oh no, it just auto deleted it. All right. The shitty Minotaur notwithstanding, you guys have a whole brand new day ahead of you. The captain tells you that over the night, we've crossed the midway point. We are now closer to Beiju than we are to where we came from, making your journey now almost 60% complete. They have some special candied dates as a treat for everybody today. They make this journey pretty regularly. They know that you can get a little sand crazy.
Oh, sure.
So-
Give the kids a bunch of sugar on the day after they were up all night. Good job, guy.
Mhm.
Fucking captain. I'm going to
Puppy.
stab him.
You can tell
Poppy,
he doesn't have
shush.
his own kids.
My God. Poppy needs a nap.
He does need a nap.
It is right around lunchtime. You guys are settling down to your, trail ration lunches with some candy dates on the side. Maybe a little bit of wine to drink, because why not? Where else are you going to go?
Why not?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, we caught that. It's embarrassing. We're embarrassed for you. Keep going.
I thought that was good.
No.
Oh, Wind Down Wednesday is a huge hit, but Wine Not is a hard no.
Neither one of those are okay with me, but keep going.
All right. During the lunch celebration, Iria always stays on watch whenever the captain is not at the helm, and he's kind of being a man of the people today and eating lunch with you. She blows a small wooden reed whistle that's lanyard around her neck. That causes the captain to just immediately bolt up, spilling his plate of food all over the table.
Ah, dude.
And you can see from here she's like pointing maybe 15, 20 degrees off the port side of the ship at something, and he's trying really hard to like block the sun out of his vision from a number of different ways to try to see what she sees. And he brings in one of the two sails of the ship to kind of slow us down.
What's going on, dude? What's going
Shall we
on?
look in that direction and see what we can see?
Make perception rolls for me.
I mean, I can't, but
You can, just with disadvantage.
does it automatically do it, or
Oh crap! I was on disadvantage.
cool.
I don't know why I was disadvantaged. So mine wasn't supposed to be disadvantaged.
mine rolls should be 20 and 19? So
And
Want to reroll mine or what?
Draco, we always know that the number on the left is the first number rolled. So like,
Okay.
while you did have disadvantage check, like we can see your first roll would have been a 17. So
Okay.
that's what we'll keep. Yeah, despite your disadvantage, Hoppy, your keen eyes see it. Actually, everybody except Oni sees it. Oni, I don't know what you're focused on today, but it is not danger or the desert.
focused on the cranky Minotaur, probably.
Yeah, maybe just staring at Numaz's very taut, muscular man buns. He does a lot of squatting.
Oh my god.
Well, it's him getting up off the ground from dying constantly. You know. It's,
Probably so.
She lost interest as soon as he had a busted arm.
In the distance, 15 degrees off the port side, there is a plume of whitish gray smoke, maybe 1,500, 1,600 feet away. You know, just in that quarter mile mark where you can't quite see like the source of the fire. You can see vague, crude, rudimentary shapes in the sand, but mostly just this plume of whitish gray smoke.
yeah, I asked what's going on. What's on fire over that way?
Captain Numos just kind of shakes his head. Nothing good, likely. The sand doesn't burn.
You think it's another ship or is it a village?
Can we go kill it?
So that's what Iria blew the whistle for. Is she thinks it's another sand barge that's been damaged somehow, or
Yeah,
has
pirates.
caught fire. So she thinks it's one of that's the response. They all sand bargers carry this whistle that travels pretty well in the open air of the desert, and it's meant to signal like SOS. She thinks, in her estimation, that it's another sand barge, and she thinks she's duty bound to respond. Numos is not sure since you guys, his barge is basically almost full of paying clients, and we've already had some
Adventure.
bad luck this trip. He's not sure it's worth the detour. You can tell that they're not arguing, but they're definitely discussing. If any of you want to try to weigh in or sway a decision.
Hey, Oni, what you think?
We should render assistance.
Oni, your voice got so deep.
I'm gonna step forward and ask how we can help.
Well, we do have Hoppy. Maybe you can help them build another, get their barge up and running like ours he was able to help with.
Are we at risk for pirates? Like, is there a chance that this is a fake breakdown?
Hell yeah. Always.
He tells you in the desert almost anything is likely. We are not quite yet into nomads territory, but there are wandering desert, tribes of people whose lifeblood is ambushing
Jawas!
these sand barges.
Jawas!
Correct.
Basically, yeah. Like they don't have. There is no water. There is no food out here, so they only exist by taking those things from travelers going east to west. So like every stop, every time the barge isn't moving, there's a chance that either a sandworm is going to find you or you're going to be ambushed by, as you call them, sand pirates. These nomadic tribes of
I
barbarians.
think you called them Jawas because they're Jawas, aren't they? They're
Oh
definitely
my
Jawas.
god.
They don't even speak a language anyone can understand. It's hilarious.
Draco, do you have any? Can you communicate through your little elemental guy? Can we send something over to communicate with them without having to necessarily slow down or stop?
Depends how close we get. I mean, he can't go too far.
But I don't think you have. We talked about this. You don't have the ability to talk to him, right?
But he understands languages, like we can regular talking. We can definitely do.
Okay.
Yeah, like, there's no beast sense where like
No.
over vast distances Draco sees through his eyes or something, but like he can be like, "What's up, buddy?" and he'd be like, "It's a trap, friend."
Exactly.
What up,
Exactly.
buddy? I hope he sounds like that. What up, bud?
I mean, if we had a flying animal that could get over there, I could possibly look through their eyes or whatnot. But
Oh yeah, this idea is getting worse by the minute. Please.
Can you shapeshift? Could you turn into like an eagle or something and then just put yourself up at the top of their sails and yell down?
not yet. I need
Okay.
to get a little bit higher in my class. I'm a little classless in that aspect.
Okay. I'm just wondering what our options are for.
Yeah, thanks for rubbing that in again. Lee. I appreciate this.
Oh.
I'm just
you know,
trying to
I've been
figure out what our
working for
options
years.
are that don't require us to slow our own progress and or put someone at risk.
Well, honestly, if we got Hoppy, he could help us, or help them get up. Maybe we can do a drive-by, get him out there. He can kind of
Just
do a
throw me out
checkup.
the
Yeah.
boat. And, yeah,
exactly, because you
I'll
get
catch
the
up
repair.
later. After I take a nap.
He's already cranky. Let's just let him talk to new people. That sounds like a great idea.
Putting our best foot forward with first contact situations. Deploy the Hoppy.
Exactly.
He's an angry little man. He's not a
He's
man.
not that little.
I know.
All right. So,
1/3 current.
can we do the elemental? Like, can we use that as a?
Seizing on your idea, Iria says to the captain that she doesn't believe there'd be much risk if we just did a broad pass drive-by
Okay.
and put one of our best spotters on the spyglass.
Okay.
She wants to just sort of take the ship within 100 feet of the source of the fire,
Mm-hmm.
not reducing our speed, just kind of do like a nice 45-degree straight line past it, make an assessment of the situation, and then decide whether we want to circle back or just say that looked pretty fucking sketch. We're moving on with our life.
Perfect. Okay.
Then
let us proceed.
Who wants to use the spyglass? She has this sort of ornately mounted telescoping device that has sort of a bipod mount on the side of the ship. It hooks into the rail system, and if you peek through it, it magnifies an image, would be granting you advantage on your perception roll.
Does Amon have the best perception?
I'll do it. Yeah.
Okay, Amon is the spotter. Everybody else is free to make a perception check, but Amon will be making his with advantage as the spotter. Are there any other sneaky tricks we want to try to do?
No, Nick, not that I can think of.
I'll hide. I'll be hidden somewhere.
Scaredy cat. You're so brave.
It's what I do. I hide in plain sight.
Are you gonna try to set up some more kids right now?
Well, you are wearing your cloak too, so.
And I know things.
Yeah, I hide in plain sight. Just it's part of my deal.
Yeah.
I know who I am.
Yep.
The perception rolls were really good. Much impressed. The drive-by goes by pretty quickly. It is the remains of a large sand barge. There are burn and scorch marks all along the starboard side of the ship, like something came right up along its right side and burnt it, melted it, destroyed it until it couldn't move anymore. There are several survivors on the wreckage still. The flame is actually not from the wreckage itself, but from a morning campfire, maybe left over from last night to stay warm. There were people cooking at it. They're all waving anxiously, trying to get your attention. One of them is blowing a wooden reed whistle, trying to get your attention, using the same SOS tone that Iria was blowing earlier.
Okay.
There are also several bodies covered in crude sheets through which you can see blood spatter. There are dead.
Yeah.
Does it look like a large one like ours, or does it look like a private one?
This is bigger than yours.
Oh, okay. Oh, so it's even more people we're gonna have to we could be stuck with.
I trust the group to be able to discern whether or not they think there's a risk that this is a setup. And if they don't think that it is, then I'm going to tell the captain that we should stop.
And does it look like something Hoppy could help repair?
Or are there enough people that we could just take them? I mean, we're down a few passengers.
Hoppy, make a land vehicles check. If it asks you for stat, use wisdom. Don't
Ooh,
forget you
that's
are at
not going to go
disadvantage.
well.
Not too bad.
12. So your biggest concern is that the skid and all of the supports on the right side of the starboard side of the ship are melted. Like something very, very hot burnt these away, and that's something that you think puts it in the hard to repair category, right? Breaking stuff that's broken you can brace, but you don't
But-
have raw materials to replace what was melted away and become slag in the sand.
Didn't we carry a spare tire rail? Would it be possible that they have one too?
It's possible. I'm just saying in the strata of quick roadside repairs you're comfortable making, there's like easy, I can do it, I've seen it once, and I'd be guessing. We're in the I'd be guessing category of how exactly to get this done without someone else who knows more, or like a dry dock where you could get under and around all of the damage. You just look at it and go, holy shit, yeah, that was someone knew what they were doing when they disabled this vessel. You're not saying you can't do it, but it would take some doing.
Okay. And how many people do we see?
Yeah, so you see the 3 corpses for sure under shrouded cloths. You count a total of 6 people either on the ship itself waving you down or around a campfire, but this also has a large, second and third story cargo hold or passenger hold area. So without seeing the interior, you have no way of knowing. Like, this is a vessel that could easily hold up to 80 people.
Whew.
It's unlikely that the barge was that full. Most of them never get that full. These larger barges are almost always for sending livestock or large cargo shipments with 30 or 40 passengers.
No more pets, guys. We got enough pets.
But if there were 40 people just hiding below deck, we
I need
could
a
not
snake
accommodate
now.
that many. Basically, without getting closer or interacting with these people, you can't gain any more information. Just as you
I think we
drive
should stop.
out of sight and sound, you can hear their wailing pleas for help. You can hear one person crying, and then your barge just continues sailing on out of range of sight and sound. The captain reminds you that their problems don't have to be our problems.
Yeah, I'm definitely not interested in this guy anymore. He sucks. And his problems weren't our problems, but we took them on so that we could help.
They were kind of our problems because we would have been stuck.
Shh, shh.
He said
If
his
he had died-
responsibility
I get a boat.
is to get everybody safely to Beju, and he's already had hiccups on that front and is concerned that this is just another unnecessary risk. But if you feel very
You're
strongly
an
about it,
unnecessary risk. Yes, we will be stopping.
Damn.
He
Piss her off.
Oni off. Damn.
Jesus.
Oni, make an intimidation check.
Yeah, Oni.
I feel like I should get advantage because he's already injured.
Oh, yes, and I healed him.
You fixed his arm?
Mm-hmm.
He's like Gaston. He just spends all of his time working on his glutes and
Face?
not enough on his personality.
Yes, that's like a very just instant character dissection there. You know nothing about him.
Wow.
He charitably donates to
Defending your NPC,
his
eh?
soup kitchen every time he goes home. Goes to the Afghanistanis with AIDS fund.
I don't
Oh
think he
my
understands
God.
that.
And he only donates in Electrum.
I don't think that he understands that we help those who need it, regardless of their ability to pay.
We're the A team.
We are the A team.
Does that make me? Does that make me BA?
Yep. At least this
Yeah.
morning.
Wait, does that make me Murdoch? That works. That works.
100%.
100%.
So I guess Michelle would be face then, you know. Yeah, there you go.
All right.
He
Oh,
agrees.
no.
He consents to both the pressure that Oni is applying to him. Not necessarily as a physical threat, but more like a, I will just shame you into making the right decision here.
Mm-hmm.
He wants it known that he doesn't see it necessarily as the black and white, I'm refusing to do a kind deed. It's just that he didn't want to weigh the loss of his crew against trying to help potential people who might even just be bandits looking to kill you. But he's given up the argument and concedes to you. Brings the ship, full circle around one more pass just to try to see something that could aid his argument that this is too risky, but
Okay.
finds nothing. And eventually you guys are brought to a stop about 50 feet, give or take, from the destroyed barge. It is... people are calling out to you, asking for help, thanking you. They're already trying to climb aboard your ship.
No. Okay. That won't help. I'm gonna jump down and prevent anyone from jumping up and just ask who's in charge.
Okay. In your best gladiatorial entrance, we're missing your theme song entrance. But make a performance roll for me with advantage.
Okay.
You're used to making a very splashy entrance. You know how to
I'm
control a crowd pretty well. Nice. Yeah, you land with all the flourishes of one of the Katala Arena fights. Even drawing your weapon and pirouetting. Everyone is in awe of you for a moment. You're blinding them
Superhero landing.
with the glint of sunlight off of your steel blade.
Mm-hmm.
And then just with a commanding tone, everyone stop. We're here to help, but we'll do so in an orderly fashion.
That's right.
Sun, with the sun perfectly behind you, bouncing off of the golden strands that make up your hair.
Mm-hmm.
It's just all of this perfectly calculated by you to create this almost, demigod-like image of yourself that people just, wow. Men and women alike. You stop everybody in their tracks, and their captain is allegedly dead. Their first mate is grievously wounded and is laying on a bed of reeds, unable to talk. She has a burnt face, and the right side of her body is also similarly scorched.
Okay. I'm gonna gesture to Draco to come down and see what he can do to help the wounded, and for Hoppy to come down and assess the ship and see if there's any way to repair it. And ask for more information about what happened.
I do a medicine roll.
Yes, please. Start there. Obviously been burnt by something very, very hot. She's lost, it's the burn is so intense and so third degree-ish that she has no sensation on most of the right side of her body.
Ooh,
Poking the wounds is she doesn't even flinch because she has no feeling there. When it's time to apply, if you want to try to reach out with some of your base level druidic magic, not quite spending an actual spell slot yet, but just kind of to feel exactly how much healing would be required. As you sort of reach out with those natural energies that course through your own body, there's a spark, almost like a giant static spark in the millimeter between her skin and yours, that flashes white repeatedly until there's this intense heat between you two. You actually you retract your hand, and your palm where you almost touched her is like irritatingly red.
And I'm a fire god, basically. Come on. Guys, something's not right around here. I'm getting like some feedback from my healing touch over here.
There was almost like you have spent so much time with fire, you understand how it lives and breathes. There was a moment where you felt like something wanted to flood into you, like fire, like a backdraft flame looking for a sealed room of oxygen. You were just you were one stopgap away from conflagration.
And that kind of freaks me out quite a bit. It's like, what were they carrying on here? Because this isn't right. Hey, Oni, come here.
All right.
And I'll let you kind of know what's going on. Like this isn't something that should be. You know, when I'm trying to heal someone, I shouldn't get this backdraft coming through. You know, this isn't good.
Okay.
I say we need to get what we can and start getting ready to get on out of here. Because if it did this isn't good.
Okay. Let us know how long you need to stabilize the wounded, and can we assess how many people are alive and in need of transport, and whether or not there's space to put them on our ship, our barge?
There are 9 people, not counting the first mate, who Zach is at this point unsure if he'll be able to heal. So there are 9 for sure survivors,
Okay.
possibly a 10th. Everyone else is dead. As you talk about loading them, they ask you if you're going to help them try to find the rest of the people.
What happened?
Where are they?
She says they were taken.
Taken by what?
They exchange like frightened glances, like no one wants to talk about it kind of scenario, until one brave old woman steps forward and tells you a story that the ship was traveling along until they came upon a caravan of men cloaked in silver masks and red cloaks.
Ah!
They
Sorry.
flagged down the barge under a flag of trade. We stopped to see if we could render aid or just meet new trading partners. We were hoping for local delicacies or something. The captain thought they might have food for trade. There was a brief conversation, and then the captain was struck down by their leader, and several of these people conjured gouts of flame and began destroying the barge, demanding that we turn over every Tatarak on board, or we would face the same end that they were to face.
I'm gonna
Hoppy.
hold one finger up and call to Draco, in case he's not standing right next to me, that this was the Silver
Silver mask guys.
Legion. Yeah. In case that helps him with the magic discovery, so that he has a better understanding of what we're dealing with. And then I'm gonna ask the person to continue.
Could we use a potion of healing to heal the first mate?
Possibly.
No, we cannot use our no. Damn it!
We need to help people. Well, not with our resources,
No.
like with our words, with kind, free words.
I'm gonna ask Renan.
Waving my hand.
Okay, so is there more to the story that he wants to share?
Yes, the old woman goes on that they began to board the vessel, and there were 40-ish people on board. Several of them were refugees fleeing towns where they were being persecuted for being born Tatarak. They were hoping to find refuge in Beiju, and they systematically separated them from the rest of the group. There were, these are all the half-bloods, the god-touched beings that are half animals in our world, not unlike Hoppy, who is, half Apis bull, half man. They were all separated, and then when the first mate tried to stop them from being taken, she was burnt by a large dog that had silver skin instead of fur. It breathed white flame all over her.
Weird. Okay.
They killed the 3 or 4 people who tried to protect their companions, the Tatarak, and the rest were taken. They walked off single file, heading east of this current position, less than 12 hours ago.
So they weren't on a ship?
She
So they
says-
just started walking.
No, she says that they walked single file to this exact point in the desert, almost like somehow they knew exactly where and when to be.
Okay. Is Amon with me?
Can be.
I am.
I want to ask him if he knows anything about an animal like what was described.
You said it was like a dog with silver fur.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like a very large, jackal-like dog.
But that's what caused the burn? That's what
It-
attacked her?
It breathed a gout of fire that burnt away her skin and armor.
I want one of those.
No, thank you.
No more pets, guys. Wait, what? A heckin' big silver dog with a breathes fire, you say?
Because I would imagine, just like the people, that started as a regular animal. Oh, I'm sorry. I just kicked Appa in the head.
Aw, poor Appa.
My silver dog that breathes
So
fire.
mean.
So I would imagine that started as an animal originally, and without being able to see it, he might not know, but just in case. And then I'm going to ask Renan to assess how much supplies they have that would need to be transferred to the ship, because I still don't understand if we have enough space for the 10 people before we decide whether or not we want to go after their friends. I'm guessing probably not, because I'm not going to risk a whole ship full of people to go fight a big batch of silver skeleton guys. But we can discuss that later.
The general consensus amongst the ship is that if we packed it to the gills, we could accommodate everybody here uncomfortably. Like, it's doable. We would lose the luxurious traveling we've already been experiencing, and you could accommodate a few more if you were willing to dump some of the extra supplies and start rationing food and water, or if we just dumped all the cargo, that'd be room for another 2 or 3 bodies.
Do they have any important cargo?
Why don't we dump the
that's why I want
lockbox?
Renan to take a look at what they've got and see if there's important cargo that would need to come with us.
I mean, if you ask any traveler, like, do you need your luggage? Like, they all say yes.
That's why I want Renan to look. I don't want to ask these people.
Mhm.
Renan, make a wisdom check.
Yes, sir.
I feel like personal supplies can be replaced, but
Very
You're
nice.
so smart.
He's rolling today, guys.
I'm not.
No.
There are a lot of personal belongings, personal effects, clothing, food, statuary, jewelry, pieces of art. That said, those are all technically items that are replaceable. Like, you find nothing in the cargo hold that is like
that's critical.
essential to human life.
Okay.
Mhm.
These are all expensive, valuable family heirlooms, but you can't take it with you, as they say.
And Hoppy, what is the status on the ship? Is there any way to recover it?
Having gone through the inventory with Renan of what they have in their hold, you think it would take a week, best case, to cobble together a solution, and even then, you're not sure it would move anywhere near the way it's supposed to or as fast as it's supposed to. It'd be hobbling along.
And I don't suppose I can convert it to like a sand wagon to pull behind our barge.
I like this idea.
You could take away all of the load-bearing elements and just create a basic sand sled that we might be able to tow behind us, slowing the echo down quite a bit. But you could have a rough sled that you could pile things on. Any much more weight than that, though, and the echo won't be able to maintain speed.
I just want to remind everyone that we are in a race against
Yeah,
time
we have
to
to
get
go.
Sari back. and I'm just like looking at Ani like, come on, this is not our monkeys, not our circus. Don't fucking care.
I think we bring the people we can bring, the people that are here, and we don't worry about it. I don't suppose we have a way of checking detect magic to see if there's anything super valuable. Did we see anything super valuable that'd be worth grabbing or keeping with us, John?
Just jewelry and personal effects
No.
that can't be replaced.
Renan found things of value that if she had the space and the capacity to take, she could surely fence at a city somewhere. But like in the triage of, is this worth a human life? Nothing.
I was more thinking of we're leaving all their worldly goods here, but if we could bring the gold that they brought with them, then maybe we can. Maybe they can.
How much would
Buy
a sled
stuff.
slow us down? Because then we could take we could have the people in the ship with us, and we could take their supplies.
If Hoppy can craft just a decent sand sled and we're able to just ratchet down, 500 or 600 pounds of stuff, you're talking about like a 10% decrease in your travel time.
So not
Increase.
a whole lot, but
It-
we
it
still
would-
get
it would
to
add
save everybody.
Add a half day to your total travel time.
Okay.
Plus a half
Of
day to
arriving
build
at
it.
6 a.m. in Beiju, you'd be there, sometime in late afternoon.
We're gonna step away and have a private conversation away from the survivors. What do you guys want to do? I'm inclined to say those people have been lost. I don't want to risk the lives that we have with us to go after a bunch of those beings, knowing how powerful they can be, and that we'd be putting all of these people at unnecessary risk. Plus, we have to
I
get
agree.
to our location. I don't know how long it will delay us.
I don't
Yeah,
want.
I think if. Sorry, go, Mark.
I don't want to leave them with nothing when they get.
Okay.
I would prefer to go this thing. Or come
And are
up
you
with some
okay
way
not
to.
going after the silver people?
I'm interested in them, but not with this number of lives attached.
Hoppy, I'm pretty sure we're going to run into them again.
I would guess so.
With you alone, you're going to kind of drag them to us.
I promise if there's an opportunity to free them in Beiju, we will. Okay.
I think for the time being, let's do the quickest thing possible, and then if these
how
people
we're
want to
leaving
go
them?
back and
We're gonna
find,
leave them?
no, take them. Let's go. We're
Sled-
done talking about
Sled
it.
and GTFO.
Yes.
Yep.
And then if they want to go back and save their people, they can, but not our problem at this moment.
It is unfortunate, but so I'll go back and speak to them and let them know that we've had a run-in with them in the past, and that our priority is getting them safely to Beiju with as much of their supplies as possible, and that's just the best that we can do.
Are the injured stable enough to move, or is it one of those things where it's just better to,
It's probably better to heal them if
To
that's
just
a
burn them to
possibility.
Okay.
Yeah, either kill them or heal them, but they're
Well,
some
I mean,
of them are critically
if they're
wounded.
borderline, like they really aren't going to be able to,
The only
live.
one the only one in that condition is the first mate.
Okay.
She's in that could go either way kind of category. Like if you just left her here by nighttime before scavengers even found her, she'd likely be dead. If you want to try to save her, it will require some magic finagling.
Okay. All right, and yeah, we'll bring them all in. Yeah.
But if you felt like you were gonna catch on fire, do you want to use a healing potion? I have one. You can have.
I think honestly, trying a potion itself would be better, because this feedback loop I was kind of feeling off this.
Yeah,
It definitely didn't feel right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll. They can use my healing potion. I'll get another one when we arrive, and hopefully they'll be able to pay for it.
Okay. Who's going to administer it?
Zach.
Yeah, I'll do
Our
it.
healer.
Draco, you pop the stopper and cradle her head and ply her jaw open a little bit, and glug 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 glug, pour the healing elixir down her gullet, About 2 seconds in, you can feel a rapid boil has begun in her throat. Once the liquid has left her mouth and started entering her chest cavity, something has superheated it, and you can feel vapor escaping from her mouth, and you can hear the sizzling sound of boiling water.
Ew. The fuck?
She starts to panic and screams like it's excruciatingly painful. Some of the burns on the right side of her body begin to mend ever so slightly, and she passes out screaming in pain.
We're not bringing a human bomb on our ship, are we?
That's what I'm
I
wondering.
hate to say this, but can we put her on the sled?
That was kind of my plan.
Damn,
All the
we're
valuables
brutal.
up front. That way we can cut it off.
The thing is, though, since I'm kind
Put
of
all
being
the kids back there in
doctor
the
on this,
sled.
I'm gonna need to be with her, whichever way she goes. If she's
Okay.
on with our main or on the sled, I gotta
You
go.
could use your dude to transfer back and forth though if something goes horribly wrong.
I think it goes about 15 feet, so it's not. It can't really go too far.
Yeah, but the
Well,
sled will
the
be
sled's
pulled right
gonna be
behind us.
pulled
It's got to be
behind
about 15 feet.
We'll pull the sled 14 feet behind.
Perfect. Make it so.
So you have to jump off the front.
Or maybe we can have like a plank or something between the two.
I'm checking her vitals, like her heart rate and stuff like that, to see if make sure she's still with us.
She's alive, but her heart is racing and her breathing is shallow but rapid. This is the kind of like state you'd see like someone who's
She has
experiencing
pneumonia.
a great amount of stress.
Right. Am I still feeling like the feedback kind of?
If you
Feeling from
reach
her?
out at all with your druidic magic stuff
Yeah.
that's of you, yeah, you get that sense that like, you're the proverbial Dutch kid with his finger in a dam. Like,
Right.
man, if you just let a little bit out, like, holy shit, there's a torrent of heat here.
I mean,
Okay.
can you create like
The-
the oil distilling companies that have like that little jet for the materials that they have constant flame shooting out to like
There's a moment,
make
Draco,
sure it
while
doesn't
you're
explode.
while you're considering this, like, Oni asks you, what exactly is going on, and Oni, from your perspective, there's like 3 or 4 super awkward seconds where Draco does not really respond. Draco, from your perspective, that's just the blink of an eye, but your hand hovers just above her skin for a minute, and you have this thought like, I really should just find out. Really want to know.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? I'll go
Oh
for it.
no! Come on, he's setting you up. You're being
I know
set
he
up
is.
right now.
don't
Oh
understand.
jeez. Okay, have fun.
Well, see. Look, can you see my character sheet? Go look at my flaws.
Yeah, I know.
Just there.
Go look
It
at
should
my
just say
flaws.
absolute chaos. Okay.
All
All right.
you are going to touch her?
Yeah.
Okay. Hand.
Don't get all choked up there, John. It shouldn't be that bad, I hope.
Is John okay?
Yeah,
Getting there.
just needed some water.
All right. Draco, as soon as your hand touches her body, you feel like the confluence of 2 great forces just smashing into each other, and in that smashing creates an intense heat, a flame that you're very, very comfortable and familiar with, and also a completely alien and foreign sensation. You get this sense of ebb and flow, like you're trying to push some of your regenerative fire into this poor woman's body, but at the same time there's this compelling burning force that's trying to work itself out of her body and into your own. This give and take, this ebb and flow goes on for a few moments. It's a little disconcerting because you have never found fire that you can't control. This
Right.
is the first time that, like, you've used fire to make other people feel helpless, but this is the first time that fire has ever made you feel helpless. There's this moment of like, can I be burned? Because that's not a thing you've ever had to contend with before.
Right.
This is the first time in your whole life you've ever had to worry about whether or not you're actually fireproof or not. This could burn you. You have that panic sensation. Externally, as Draco touches her, a small band of silvery white flame coils itself up his arm, up his forearm, around his bicep, over his shoulder, and begins to circle his forehead until a white flame wreaths, creating the visage of a silvered mask over his face.
Oh no!
And I assume I
he's-
see this happening.
Yeah, his head goes straight up to the sky and his eyes roll back in his head. I'm gonna give something for Zach to read. One moment for everyone else, please.
Oh, can I like run and jump and throw all of my weight onto him to get him to stop touching the lady?
Stop touching the lady.
Bad touch. Bad touch.
You guys, he might be able to control it. Let's
What?
let him finish.
I want to break the connection. I'm gonna be panicked. But
Zach, you should be able to see something in Journal now. There's
Journal.
a new handout called Donning the Silver Mask.
Yes.
I do not see that. Is it PDFs?
Nope, it should just be loose. Like, it should be loose above at the top of characters somewhere. I can put
Oh,
it
there
in
it is.
handout.
Okay, yeah, I see it. I was looking in handouts.
Sorry.
it's private to him, right?
Yes. We haven't discussed this while he's reading it. We can talk real quick. This is like a for Zach moment. If he's gonna just recount it, I can share it with everybody. But I'd like him to read it first and make that decision.
Do you want to take a couple minute break while he's reading it?
I do so badly.
Yeah, that works.
Sure. Yeah. Let's
Um,
take a quick 2-minute bio.
John, well, before we go, so I don't forget, I'd like to take the blue light special in to the other ship, and just as light to look to as I'm
Sure.
as I'm building the sled. I
Okay.
want to use the blue light just to see if there's any markings.
Okay.
So.
See you guys in 2.
Okay.
All right, before I body check Kazak, Draco.
I think we're just missing Michelle, so we can go ahead and start back up. I think Draco has decided to not share his experience just yet. So what he sees is for him alone. Draco, I will publicly share with everybody you have this sort of moment after the experience that you've read of kind of allowing some of that experience into yourself, or you see a moment in this exchange where you could potentially purge all of that out of this poor woman. You see an opening where you could flood her body with your regenerative flame and probably heal her and or completely cure her, or you can let this happen to her. You have to decide. You're muted too.
Okay, give me a second. Okay, I just used the magic of flipping a coin. Just so you know, that's going to do a lot. I'm going to try to push it out of her and heal her.
Okay.
That's my fate. I did push her on a coin. There you go.
Nice. There is a brief moment, like that, a window of opportunity where you sense weakness or a lack of strength in the energy that's possessing this poor woman's body, and you seize upon it, flooding her with your restorative druidic powers. There's a flash externally of red flame. Her body is completely subsumed in this sort of orangey, writhing flame aura. It looks like her whole body is suddenly on fire. She screams, but it doesn't seem like it's pain so much as it is panic. Oni, just as you're about to tackle him, you can see him focusing really, really hard. He grips like into her rib cage a little bit, like trying really hard and focusing on something. The injured woman begins to cough a couple of times and hacks up a little poof of white flame that is consumed in the gouts of flame that Draco is creating around her. Then she immediately wakes up, the flame subsides, and Draco collapses unconscious next to her.
Help! Help! I'm gonna run over to him and
Is there a
check
medic
on
in the
him.
house?
even as Draco collapses, like his hand is still on her chest and energy is still transferring from him to her. And even as he's like sloughing down into unconsciousness, you can watch as her flame-based wounds heal, and all of like that wrinkled scar tissue sort of smooths out and becomes normal, plain human skin again, leaving only very, very mild scars around her right eye and right shoulder as he collapses into the sand. That was the last of his effort and all but perfectly cured her.
Do I see her like moving around and being roused from unconsciousness?
You see her chest rise and fall like in the normal pattern of breathing, but she's also just undergone an ordeal and is not awake yet.
Pretty much out of it. Okay. I guess I'm gonna carry him up onto the ship. I can tell that he's alive. Is he stable?
Yeah, he's just honestly like maybe once or
Power
twice
drain.
in your friendships together, you've had to take a drunken Draco to bed, like because he just couldn't take himself. It feels
Okay.
more like that than anything more to be concerned about.
All
He
right.
just
I
is
am
exhausted.
pint size.
Just-
So it's like, eh.
All right. I'm
mentally
gonna
and
take him
physically
up
spent.
onto the ship and put him in a comfortable area where he can rest, and ask if anyone of our team can sit with him while we get the ship going. Do the
Better not
last
leave
minute
her behind.
preparations.
I just did a lot of work right now.
I'll
No, we're
stay with
taking
him.
her with us.
I'll bring her up.
I'm just saying you're
I'll
my
follow you.
priority. She can hang out there.
I'm
I'll
just
s-
gonna follow Oni as Oni
Jesus
carries Draco
Christ.
up. I take the
Okay.
woman up.
I'll stay with Draco.
Perfect.
Great.
I'm gonna see if there's anything I can
Oh,
do
now
to
I'm
help
scared you're
Hoppy
gonna
with the
rob me.
sled.
Jeez.
Hoppy is just taking out his bad morning on this poor, large sand barge. Like, at one point, you hear him call for a cutting tool, and like 3 seconds later, you can just hear him punching steel. Like,
Never mind, got it.
he's literally just like, by bare hand and frustration alone, just shearing pieces of the ship off. It's impressive to watch, and like, you're gonna interrupt him and tell him like the better, cleaner way to do it, but you just think, nah,
I'm gonna give him this moment.
this seems cathartic for Happy, so we're just gonna let him do it. I don't know, like, stuff is riveted together, and he's just pop, 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 just separating them barehanded, like, there's like ricochets that you have to dodge and block, putting up your shield every once in a while to not get, ricocheted.
I'm gonna signal to everyone else to make sure that they've been loaded, so
Yep.
that they can get themselves settled while we're finishing the sled.
Hoppy has made a sort of neat, given his mood, a pile of all the goods that we really can't afford to take with us.
Okay.
A smaller pile of like, these are the things that are worth probably the most amount of gold and wouldn't overload a sled that we were dragging. And has sort of had like the slave idea of, should we bury this and try to come back for it later? Like, all the stuff we can't take. He's a man of very simple means and very simple methods, but
Sure, if he can find a way to market with some of the leftover materials so that it looks unobtrusive but easy to identify.
And I'm wondering if we could. What's that?
and then blue light special time when you're done.
Yeah, blue light special time. But I also was thinking, do we want to move some of like the emergency, maybe not emergency supplies, but is there other things that we can move onto the trailer?
Space.
Yeah, or ways that we can cut the weight from our ship. Things that we could throw out, like empty barrels or something, to give us a little more space.
In my mind, that calculus sort of already happened when Oni asked you to figure out exactly how many people we could accommodate. I assume someone went through and looked, empty food crate, garbage. Yep. Composting toilet, garbage. We can all pee off the side.
Okay, so in that case, yeah, I'm just going to start tearing apart the ship, and I want to use blue light special as my torch.
Okay. As you speak the command word, attention Kmart choppers, it coughs to life, shedding, soft blue illumination everywhere that you work. You find nothing, which you weren't necessarily surprised to see. You're down to the very last piece. There is a ping on the radar that is the blue light special. On the interior section of one of the support struts that attaches the skid to the vessel itself, or the running skid to the ship, is, they have these sort of like cross braces that support the structure. One of them has a hollowed out section that has a small plate that looks like it's been very carefully put in place, and then there's like scratch marks and abrasive detailing that's been done here to really, really camouflage its opening. Maybe even painted to look good, but the blue light special has found it. You can it's a rectangular opening about, maybe the size of an envelope.
Sounds like something I need to break.
Open it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna open
Ezekiel, chill.
It like, despite you always having a very firm touch for things, just touching it once, you can feel that it's like got like a springy tension to it, a spring-loaded feature. depressing it with just the strength of 2 fingers lets you push it in and slide it. And inside, maybe only 2 or 3 inches deep into this strut has been carved out like a hemispherical, tubular section. And inside of it is a very, very small glass vial, rounded at the bottom like an ampule, and just sealed at the top with like a melted glass plug. No stopper or anything. But inside is, from your perspective, very shiny sand.
I always wanted shiny sand.
Yeah, it looks like, millions of tiny little grains of very, very sparkly, super reflective sand. In the light of the torch, it plays and dances. If you were to turn it a little bit, like every time the sand moves, it creates these bright little sparks and flashes of color everywhere. If you shake it, it creates this sort of cloud in the empty space above the sands of just these roiling mass of different colors. It's the coolest desk toy ever, basically.
Sweet. I'm gonna shove it in my pocket and keep moving.
Put sparkly sand vial in your inventory.
Sparkly sand vial in my inventory.
I'm sorry, we're having an angry child issue.
That's okay. Feed Andy. Feed Andy.
And I'm gonna. Do you need me to roll anything to build the sled?
No, I think your skill proficiencies are there. I don't want to risk you being exhausted and having us fail that skill challenge. So, I think building a crude sail with your level of skill should not be a thing you have to roll for. It's crude and rudimentary enough that even if you didn't do it well, it would still probably work just fine.
If it moves, then it can move at a quarter of or at boat speed.
Right, yeah. Like taking somebody who's got any familiarity with fabrication and saying, make a flat sled, please. Not terribly challenging.
Since I'm with him, did I see him find the sparkly sand, or is he the only one that knows about it?
Hoppy, you're being observed by Oni. Do you want to try to obfuscate you finding that, or are you okay with her seeing it in plain sight? If you want to try to hide it, you can make a stealth check opposed by her perception. But you know she's there.
I'm not gonna hide it. I'm just gonna say, stick it in my pocket.
Okay.
You see him take a bag of sparkle or a little vial of sparkly sand. You're also like amazed by how reflective, and it's not even that it's reflecting light so much as it almost seems to produce its own light.
Okay.
And he puts it in his thing before you can ask any more questions about it, and he goes back to just rending steel.
I'm not concerned at this point. I just wanted to know.
We'll
if
talk
I
about
knew
that later.
It. Okay. Yeah. More pressing issues. We got to get back on the road. The sand, as it were.
And then
The sand.
build it and load it and get ready to go.
Yeah. It is done. We're leaving behind most of their personal belongings. We've made a cargo sled for some of the most valuable, irreplaceable items. We've got all of the humans on board the Echo proper.
We buried the remaining stuff with some type of marker that looks like debris.
Sure.
In case they want to come back.
Mm-hmm. Like sand pirates do.
Well, I would probably just put it inside so it was protected from the. I mean, the ship is a big marker itself, so that was kind of my thought.
Hmm.
No, I wouldn't necessarily.
I thought we were
Take the
going to
time to
bury
bury it.
/ hide it so it didn't get pilfered.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Then I'll do that while he's finishing the sled. That's what we did with the stuff.
Okay. That's all done. Draco is just starting to sort of rouse from his ordeal. Unless you guys have anything else to do or any other considerations, we are loading people on the vessel. We're ready to go. There are 3 people who, as you're loading, are very vocal about wanting to know where her husband is and why you're not going to find them.
That's not our job.
I'll throw her off the ship and say, "Go find your husband."
She's
No,
she's
please don't do
welcome
that.
to stay here if she would prefer. However, our priority is making sure that everybody gets there safely. I thought I already explained this to people. I'm happy to tell her that it's just not going to happen. We're not going to risk everyone's lives for one person. If she wants to stay, she can.
Well, you sound like the captain of a ship.
Not a cranky
Hey. She just cries and you can see fear and panic in her face, but she has children that she has to, their safety has to take priority. So she quiets their wailing and loads them on the ship.
If we have
Oh,
the opportunity
by the
to
way,
do so in the future,
I'm
we
making
will
the kids
absolutely
help
try to
me.
free him. You're making the kids help you?
I'm making the kids help me so that when we all go to bed tonight, I get some sleep. Fuckers.
Nice. All right. Last chance for any other actions. Otherwise, we are on the path back to Beiju with new friends in tow.
New friends?
I'm going to offer
Question
to
mark?
take the first watch so that Hoppy can sleep.
I do want to look for an opportunity just over the next, 24 hours to talk to the first mate privately without the captain to see if I can get any more information about the desert cannibals.
Fair enough. You guys travel. The sun is just about to dip below the horizon line. It's early evening time. You can smell dinner starting to be prepped. Some of the newly acquired members of our vessel have a gift for cooking. Maybe they're talented chefs, or at least domestic partners who are well skilled. Dinner smells amazing. Silently, Iria tries to get the attention of the few people now that she trusts, Oni, Hoppy, the captain, Amon, to look at something that she's got her eyes fixated on.
Great.
Okay.
You know he wasn't going to let us get out of this desert that easy.
Approximately maybe 1,000 to 2,000 feet ahead of you, that same sort of quarter-mile-ish range, off to your right side, off the starboard side of the vessel, there's this sort of ridge line of dune where sand has just, who knows what it started as, a small pebble, but over time the sand has just swept into this thing so many times that it has created this massive sort of windswept dune face. And it's stark because as the sun is setting, like it is very easily like cast against the paleness of the dark night sky that's starting to rise. And dotted along this dune rise are huge poles stuck in the sand, and on each of them is impaled a Tatarok.
Oh. Oh, and there's an image. Cool.
Oh, heck no. And we're going straight toward it?
You're driving past it.
Oh.
And your husband.
How fresh are the bodies?
I mean, they're still being, like, you can see the carrion birds that have arrived are still picking them apart. The viscera is wet and fresh.
So the expectation is that these are from the ship.
Yeah, almost certainly.
And Draco is still out of commission, so he can't even
He's awake but sleepy. Like he's
Like-
in bed, conscious, but
burn and
just like a little like, yeah, I
let
can
the
just,
bodies go.
just give me five
Hungover.
more minutes.
I'm hungover.
And there's 4?
There are half a dozen that you can see that are clearly Tatarok, and more beyond that.
Damn. Okay.
Let's be
And
them. Let's go.
right now it's just us, right?
Yeah,
Like the rest of the
she says
people
that
we
we
rescued.
should probably do something to distract them from this view. No one should see this.
So that's a no to stopping and burying all these people.
Yes, that's a no.
All right.
We are not stopping.
I shall dance and therefore keep everybody entertained.
Grumpy Minotaur dance.
Grumpy Minotaur starts getting the kids involved in the Grumpy Minotaur dance hour, and most of the attention is drawn to the port side of the ship as you guys pass this horrible, horrible sight. A few of you can't help but look on, those of you who know that it's there, watching the birds just pick away at these corpses that were husbands and farriers and friends not just 6 hours ago. You sail past them at speed, but on the other side of this windswept dune kind of creates a canyon behind it, and in that canyon you can see encamped maybe a dozen men, and 3 red tents. Emblazoned on each of the red tents is the sigil of the Silver Flame.
Oh, I want to jump off the ship so bad.
You
Okay, I'm gonna signal to Ani that I
I'm
would
grumpy,
stop and fight
I
them
wanna
now.
go.
Now, I'll signal to you and be like, "Fuck this.
Yeah.
This is fuck. We can't just not do something. I'm gonna do our signals."
Done.
I'm-
I'm gonna ask her to gather everybody else in the crew, like our team, and tell the captain that he needs to stay parked on the other side of the dune so they're out of sight once he drops us off. I want to be able to have the element of surprise.
He tells you that it seems like you're picking a fight where we need not pick one. Do you want them to do to you what they've already done to these poor creatures?
We're going to make sure they can't do this to anybody else ever again. Just because you have no honor. Please
This
do
is
the
a
right thing.
stupid choice,
Yeah.
but
I
I would
know.
like to. I would like to at least like get a grid for how many of these people they are. See what we can see. Maybe just like creep up and creep back. I know a
Said half
person
a
that can
dozen.
do that.
You're such a creeper.
Yeah, let's do some recon before we
Yeah, let's
engage.
recon.
He agrees to park the vessel, a quarter mile on the other side of the windswept dunes, so that way there's no line of sight concerns. But he says he will not wait all night for you. This is too dangerous to all of the people that he's in charge of.
If we're not back by the time the sun rises.
He turns an hourglass over and he says, if you're not back by the time the sand is empty, it's a long
Damn.
walk to Beiju.
How long is
Shouldn't have
that?
pissed him off.
It's 1 hour, literally an hourglass.
No! We're gonna need more than an hour.
Do we send? Is Renan gonna scout by herself? Is someone going with Renan?
I am going with her, but I will let her go if no one else is coming. I will let her go on. I just want to be close in case there's any issues.
I would go with her.
I'm gonna be cranky unless I get to smash something. So
I only
if
want
you
Amon
guys
and
are just,
Ani.
like, hiding behind stuff,
No.
I'm staying back here. But if you guys are gonna go up and beat them with the beaten stick, then
Yeah.
I'm all for it.
Yeah, for now I only want Amon and Ani to come with me.
Ani. So I'm gonna tell Hoppy to wait here with Draco and
Make sure they don't leave us.
we'll send word. Yep, exactly. That's what I need him to do is make sure the captain keeps his word and parks these people someplace safe.
Cool.
Are you gonna make a specific noise if we need to come over there, or do we need a signal?
No.
I was just gonna say, do we have any like kind of how far away could Amon shoot an arrow at them as like a signal
A quarter mile.
that they could see?
Yeah, I mean,
And
You
light
could
an arrow
light
on
an
fire.
arrow.
Yeah, like a flaming arrow.
But wouldn't the people we're trying to surprise also be able to see that?
Yep,
Yeah, it
that's
would
why.
be for
Yes.
SOS only.
if only you guys had bought those sending stones.
Yeah, if only we wouldn't have given them back. Look at us being honest. This is what happens when you make good choices and don't take things that you
Alright.
want.
To expedite things, Renan, why don't you give me a stealth check? And anybody who wants to try to do recon with Renan, I will also need a stealth check. But if there's like an advanced team and she's going to even further,
Ha! I had advantage on, but I rolled the same thing twice, so.
so here's the wrinkle. You wouldn't have advantage, and heavy armor gives you disadvantage. So you would actually need to roll a second time, keeping the lesser of the two results. In this instance, I think it's fine because you rolled 2 17s. I just wanted you to know in the future that you'd be at disadvantage. So the 2 17s is fine for me for now.
Oh, okay.
I'm just telling you in the future that you might not be so fortunate.
I put it on normal and it automatically rolled for the disadvantage. So
Right, because of the heavy armor.
Yeah.
All right, Renan and Oni. I'm gonna just show everybody. I think because it's gonna be easier than moving just the two of you. This is the desert encampment.
Amon is with us also.
Amon did not. Oh,
Yeah.
I see. I see. Trying to move characters, but it's not cooperating. There. I've drug you 3 onto the map. There's a small sort of like winding path of silty sand down into the canyon. Here you can see that there's a sentry guard next to a banner of the Silver Flame. Placed at the foot of the banner is the severed head of a large minotaur. In the canyon of the desert here, they have set up most of their encampments, several tents, maybe half a dozen soldiers. Who knows if there are more in the tent? And across the canyon, but still lower than that windswept dune, is a large like officer's tent. And then standing outside of that is some kind of lieutenant or general standing guard, warming himself by a brazier. You can hear the sound of like yipping dogs, but you don't see them.
Okay.
Do we see any kind of like prisoner holdings? If they took like 40 people and we didn't see 40 bodies.
I don't think I ever said 40 people.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't remember 40.
I thought there were a whole bunch.
There were like 12 total missing people, and that's roughly the number of 9 crucified people plus the 3 dead bodies from the campsite.
I see.
But if who knows what's in the tents? Like you don't know what you don't know.
And does this guy have a fire next to him? Because I'm assuming it's night.
He does not.
So we could potentially sneak up and like kill him quietly without anybody being able to see us.
Probably.
Oh, probably is not a good word in John's world.
I mean, it has more to do with you than it does me.
I'm just saying, potentially, if we wanted to pick him off first before we picked a fight with all of these people over here, or there's this guy down here, is he also by himself without fire?
He is, but he's walking up this sort of silty sand path that leads kind of up to where you guys are at the ridgeline.
So he's on his way to us.
Yeah, in game terms, in two rounds, he'll be at the top where that other guy is. Maybe he's coming to relieve him as lookout.
Okay.
I say we definitely kill this one. Put on his armor or cloak or whatever that shit is. Wait for this guy to come and kill the fuck out of him.
I like it. Amon, you have dark vision, right?
I do not.
Okay. So I'm the
Really?
only one with dark vision.
I do, but I'm sleeping or
But
sleepy.
you're not with us.
I'm not with you.
Am I the only one with dark vision in our party right now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's correct.
I don't have it.
Then I'm going to tell them, since they can't be using any source of light right now, what's happening and where everybody is, and ask them if they want to proceed with trying to take this guard down.
Wait.
So that I can don his gear before this other one comes up.
Just a thought. Maybe we should get our own Tatarack. What do they call him?
Mm-hmm. Well said.
He said he wants to kill. So
should we?
Or sleep.
We also don't have much time.
I was
Okay,
gonna say, I don't know
cool.
if we have enough time.
We can go back and reflip the thing. Okay.
Starting now.
Now. Start now. I don't know. All I know is there's 9 of these people and 3 of us, and I'm not confident in our abilities.
Yeah.
We do have
I don't know that we're going to get much out of this other than revenge, and that I think we have more important things to do.
And we have no way to. And we have no way to get a message back to Hoppy and Draco to have them join us.
No,
I mean,
because we didn't keep
have
our
to walk
stones.
back. It's a quarter of a mile. It's not a long walk, but
How close do you have to get before you can shoot an arrow at the ship to signal them?
600 feet is its optimal range. But sight-wise, you could see or hear an arrow probably farther than that.
yeah, I think.
Half the distance.
Oni, are you wanting to just kill these fuckers?
Slaughter every single one of them.
Okay.
Is my plan.
Then I think you should go back to the ship. Renan
This
can
is
take
the
out this
worst idea. No, this is the worst idea.
You do have the element of surprise. If we act quickly, it's just one of them. Versus if we wait and it's potentially two of them, one of them could call for reinforcements before we have a chance to destabilize them.
Get reinforcements.
That's the only reason why I was thinking let's do it now. Because if we can
I think we should.
If we can take both of them out, then we've got lots of time.
Yeah.
What do you think?
All right. Yeah.
I'm gonna just put up the turn tracker and let's have everybody roll initiative because we're getting into like that complex I want to territory for ideas. And
I didn't have my character selected. Sorry.
Oh, let me also. You guys are not there, but I'm gonna put you on the map just so you have access to your character sheets and the ability to roll things.
John, I rolled 16.14. You can add me.
Did my initiative get put up? I rolled, but it's saying it. The token is being funky.
Do you want me to roll for initiative or no?
Yeah. That way we just have you like having a turn in case you want to do something at some later stage.
I am such a high roller at initiatives.
All right, there is the initiative order. Amon, it's your action first.
I'm going to work with Renan to sneak up on this guy from one of us from each direction and just try to slit his throat, commando style.
Go Rambo. Go Rambo.
Okay. Are you going to delay your turn until she goes, or are you going to just move now and take your action?
I'd like to do like a coordinated attack, so we kind of both come up at the same time. She's more stealthy and smaller than I am, so I'm going to let her get closer. I'm just going to be within arm's reach for backup if I need to be.
Okay, we'll pass to Renan's turn. You guys acting simultaneously. You both can move to the target. Renan, you can take your action, and then, as I understand it, Amon's there to sort of bat clean up if need be.
Hey, 1 second.
This is all coming out of your sand hour.
No, it isn't. It's meta. It's a meta second.
It's like less than a minute, right? It's like seconds per.
All right, I'm gonna sneak attack. Move there. Oh, wait, I don't know what my movement is.
It's fine.
Jeez. Okay, thank you.
That's very reasonable.
Can I it has to be ranged though, right?
What does?
My sneak attack?
No.
Oh. Okay.
Any
Stab.
melee weapon made with a finesse weapon.
I don't know what that means. Can I short sword him?
You can.
No. No, I cannot. Okay.
Why not? 21 hits.
Okay.
And of course, that's what you meant to.
For
Yeah.
16 damage. Nice.
Yeah. You didn't think 21 was gonna hit?
Honestly, I didn't see it. I didn't see my hit. It's because of where I have my character sheet.
He is instantly deaded. I don't know if you want to think of it as like garroting him or just, century slitting his throat, but it is instant. It is silent.
It is deadly.
I'm going to move over. I'm assuming I'm pretty close in size and stature to this person and try to put on his outfit.
It's Hoppy's turn first. Thank you very
Hoppy's
much.
still on the ship. He doesn't even know what's
Well,
happening.
Yeah,
If Hoppy wants to not be on the ship, this is his turn to decide.
That is true. Or if he's getting Draco.
Hoppy is entertaining the kids.
Oh, Hoppy.
Still
Uh,
doing that Minotaur shuffle.
Oni, it's your turn.
Okay, so I'm going to put on this guy's gear and look for someplace to hide the body.
There's a vast desert to your back.
Excellent.
Toss
I'm
him
going to
off
chuck
the
it so that
side.
it's not visible.
The armor fits snugly, too snugly in the chest and arms. He was not a well-built man. The cloak is a little short. The boots are a little small. It's uncomfortable to be in, but you
Did he
look like
catch on
them.
fire?
Perfect.
As soon as the clothes are removed, his flesh melts away, as was demonstrated previously, leaving behind that all too familiar silvered skeleton.
Okay.
Mhm.
It
Mhm.
tries in its destruction to go into that pronated, staring straight up at the sky pose, but you already have him on his side, so like it looks like he's doing lazy dog instead.
Okay.
The question that I have for you, Oni, is their outfit, their retinue includes the silvered mask. Do you put that on?
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No. I'm
What's your
standing right
character
there and I'm
do?
like, no.
What would your character do?
No.
I mean, if the intention is to look like this
Blend in.
person so that we can gain
No.
access.
I think you should just face away from where this
Yeah.
guy's coming
Put
from,
it
and we'll
on.
ambush him.
Okay.
No.
You'd put it on. You'd put it on.
No, you wouldn't.
I
I'm
would
literally
start to,
yelling
and
at you,
Renan would
no.
like pop her hand
No.
on top of it and
You
knock
would
it out of
put
my
it
hand.
on.
No.
No.
Yeah, just blast it out of your hand.
Absolutely not. No.
All right. So that's what happens. I try to. Renan like swats it out of my hand, and then grabs it and stuffs it in her bag of holding.
Okay, no mask. What do you want to do? What's your action? What's your play? What's the game?
I want to ready an attack, a surprise attack for when this guy gets to us. This one.
Renan, you're gonna have a hard time not being seen probably there. Your stealth is really good, but you're not invisible.
I'm just going to lay on the ground in my black cloak.
Okay. That works for me. This guy approaches you, spits on the Minotaur's head, and says, "Flame, keep you warm, brother. I'm here to relieve you."
Oh, come on, one shot. Do I get like advantage for a surprise attack?
Sure.
Nice.
He would not have his defenses up around a comrade of the flame.
We did not discuss this. However, since I'm wearing the Silver Flame equipment, do I have my shield?
You do not.
I'm assuming I would not, so can I do two-handed fighting?
Sure.
And that's two one-hand swords?
That is
And did
correct.
you say yes with advantage? Because he doesn't...
I think he would be surprised.
Okay.
This is his safe space.
There's the first one,
Ooh,
Not a stab you in the face pain dungeon.
and the second one. 17
Nice.
damage.
Both hits are solid. explain to me how you execute this poor brother.
Yes.
I'm going to like raise my hand in greeting and then go for the first sword and jab it right through his throat, and then grab my second sword and cut his head off with it.
Well.
Oh, hello. And then do the same thing. I'm going to remove his gear before his body disintegrates so that we have 2 sets of Silver Flame in case Draco wants to wear it, or someone else, or Amon wants to wear it, or someone wants to wear it for us to go into the camp.
For tea party.
I've noticed Hoppy doesn't want to wear it.
Well, you're too big, and I think they'd know you anyway.
Hail,
Little
brother.
short for a stormtrooper.
Exactly.
Yeah, no sooner have you disrobed him than the flesh boils, melts away, rendered fat seeping into the sands, and a red-hot silver skeleton remains.
All right, then I'm going to ask Amon and Renan what they want to do, if they want to go back and get Hoppy and Draco now, and share what we know with the captain while I wait here, or...
Yeah, how much
Yeah.
time do we have
Before what?
before our
the
time
Before the
runs out?
hour.
About 55 minutes.
Oh yeah. So race back, get Hoppy and Draco, and come back.
Yeah, I'll go back to the ship to get everyone and tell the captain that we
We already got 2
require
down.
more time.
Are there any able-bodied fighters among the survivors? Either on our original, from our original shipmates, or these new people that we picked up?
There is a large, and I don't mean muscular, I mean like portly guy, who has he's the chef who prepared the delicious smelling food that you've yet to enjoy. But he tells you that he can fight.
No, we want a chef.
We don't want extra
No, let's
bodies?
take him.
I
No,
mean-
we're taking him.
Yeah.
We need him.
Then
Yeah.
we have the option for the fight, help, or
Mm-hmm.
what is it?
Mm-hmm. We need him.
Support.
Fight, help, or harm.
Yes.
No. Help, harm, heal.
Help,
There it is.
harm, heal. Okay, perfect.
There it is.
John, am I able to get the captain to give us any more time, or are we still stuck to an hour?
Why don't you make a persuasion roll?
Ooh.
You got
How
this.
about I make an intimidation roll?
Aren't you dancing for children? You can't do everything. Choose one thing to do, sir.
16 seems good. At least to have him give us a 2 count.
He tells you that he wasn't going to leave at exactly the hour. He likes you, but he does have crew to think about, not just the paying customers, but the half dozen lives that we just salvaged from hell. I won't deliver them to certain death after the trauma they've been through. If you are gone too long, we will leave without you, but he'll wait until danger seems imminent or escape seems necessary.
Okay, we're good.
Sounds fair. All right, I'm gonna get Hoppy. And how's Draco doing?
He just had a long sleep.
He's all about the family, right? So like, if his siblings need him, he'll rise to the occasion for sure. But you can tell that he's just a little bit tired. Like
Does
he's
he
been
have a
through
point of exhaustion?
a ton of stuff. No, just physically and mentally exhausted. He's been through an ordeal.
Draco, we need you. Are you up for this?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go for it.
All right, so I'm gonna bring Draco, Hoppy, and the portly chef.
What's the chef's name? Is it Chef?
Is it Jeff?
It's Tuma.
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 It's not a Tuma.
Oh boy.
No. Absolutely not.
He's got a skinny face, though.
It
For a
was
portly guy.
Tooma, but now it's going to be Tuhma.
Tuma.
right, sorry.
It's a family name. My mother calls me. It's not a.
Oh no.
All right, they're on the way back.
All right.
Yep.
Should we go after the commander first?
If
we could
you've
split it
arrived,
up.
if you've arrived here,
No.
let's come up with a strategy.
Okay, look, our tank folk, you guys should be over, to attack the backside. You guys should go come down this way and
Do we
attack.
Do we have any explosives at all? Because that fire
I'm
is just
explosive.
screaming for an explosive.
I'm explosive.
Yeah,
Bah!
I mean, really, the way they're all gathered, Hoppy's not wrong. That would be a pretty.
Why don't we split the party? 2 of you attack from the back and the rest of us attack from the front.
So the plan is to get these guys by the soldiers by the fire first, before we go for the commanders.
Renan, I think
I-
you should honestly try to get up in here.
Yeah, I think
To
since it's up on a hill, we don't want to have the disadvantage of not having the high ground.
So we
That's what I'm
could
saying.
sneak down to about here though, because Draco also has night vision, and he
Right.
can cast his spells and explosives from here,
Yep.
which should hopefully just be a short run for me down to the camp once he's done his initial damage.
So should we split up and have a coordinated attack?
I'm gonna go
Think
this
so.
way. I'm
Okay.
gonna do that.
Amon's
So- That's
what I was-
staying with her.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna get myself in position after offering Tuma or Draco or Amon the second set of Silver Flame armor, in case they want it.
It will not fit Tuma for sure.
Okay.
He like jokes that the mask could fit.
No masks. No masks. Renan says no masks.
Anti-masker.
Anti-masker. Yep. All right. Draco, do you want it or?
Uh,
I don't think we'll
the
need
answer
it.
should
No,
be no. Okay,
no,
I just
no,
have it in my
no.
inventory. Okay, good.
This is about as close as I'm going to let anybody get. I need Hoppy and Draco, who have not rolled stealth yet for this environment, to make stealth checks.
okay.
That's not going to go well. Surprisingly, it does.
Draco's, almost always kind of on fire, so like
I'm
nighttime
glowing.
stealth is not something he excels at. Oni, you stop him just short of the precipice before the camp, and like, brother, maybe you just hang back for a minute.
Sounds good.
Don't
You
pass
don't think
this
it-
line. This line right,
Right.
here.
Nobody in the camp below seems to have seen him, but like it's easy to forget that he is just kind of a glow stick sometimes. But the Minotaur has accorded himself very stealthily.
Rumble down.
Do you guys want to use the same initiative? I'm fine with that if you are.
Yeah.
Okay, then we'll start.
Do Renan and I need any rolls to get across this terrain up to the other side?
Once you cross into the canyon, you'll have to make another stealth check, because getting
Okay.
down that sandy embankment's going to be really hard to camouflage. I think you're up.
Okay, wait. All right, so we don't have anyone with you two then, huh?
No, we're
Like,
all right.
They're on their own.
Okay, well, shouldn't we have like half the crew here, half the crew up this way, so that way we split their attention?
They're gonna try to stealth over here so that no one will know that they're doing it.
I know, but if we're
We don't want
attacking from like
non-stealthy
over,
people there.
in front of them, like over
Okay.
this way.
You guys already moved over there. We've already split the party. We can't unsplit it now.
Mhm.
We're in. It's a monster.
I like our plan. We got this.
Yeah, so I'm going to descend down the canyon as far as I can. It should be. I guess I'll probably have half distance because of the terrain, right, John?
You're a ranger, and I think one of your feats for Adept Explorer. Oh no, no. You don't get difficult terrain yet. You're descending. I'm gonna say you know what? We'll give you the classic choice. If you want to treat it as hazardous terrain and you're gonna move very very slowly, I'll give you advantage on the stealth check you have to make for crossing the open. Or you can move at your full speed and just make a normal stealth check, no advantage. That's
I
kind
would
of you
like
just
to.
sliding down the dune fast.
Yeah, I'd like to go slowly and quietly.
Okay. Then yeah, half movement brings your ending of a turn there, and you probably needed the advantage. Good choice.
Yep.
14. For a moment, you can see that this commander general looking person stop and start looking because he heard something, and like you stand perfectly still, like face against the desert wall, like hoping you don't get seen. And eventually, he just goes back to pacing back and forth in front of this large tent. Do you want to take any other actions?
Yeah, I'll double move so I can get most of the way, just as far as I can get up this wall as well.
Okay.
Just to kind of be in like laying in wait.
Renan, your turn.
Okay. I am proficient in acrobatics, so I can move my full move, right?
Are you telling me or asking me?
I'm telling
Yeah.
you. I guess I'm telling you.
I will often let you make an acrobatics check to accomplish that. Yes.
Fuck you. Okay. Sorry, I got excited.
Wow. Look at the
I'm
twirls
sorry,
you do.
my advantage is on. That's because I'm sneak attacking, and I'm shooting this motherfucker. I'm nervous.
Nice.
Wow.
That means something.
Crit! 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 You get to tell us how you killed him. If that kills him.
I don't think that kills him, but I did roll an 11
That's
on
a
the
lot of damage, though.
crit hit. Yeah.
That's 24 damage. I mean, you
You're
did quite a
welcome
bit
for
of
doing
damage.
24 damage.
That's a lot of damage.
You rolled an 11.
I did. Tell me what that means. Please mean good things.
It says you know how to press the advantage. You gain advantage on all attack rolls against your target until the end of your next turn.
Nice.
Okay.
Your surprise shot has put him off his game a bit. The arrow lands probably upper shoulder, mid-thoracic area, and he just stumbles backwards, reeling from this fact that he was attacked at all, and the fact that he didn't see it coming seems to have shook him a bit. Hoppy, you see...
We don't even get to see his health bar?
Oh, is not... occasionally, some of these will not work.
None of them have health bars yet.
You just have to let me know. The little ones I didn't.
Hmm.
But you should have seen his, I apologize. You see it now, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Some things just... Whenever I copy things from one map to another, it resets the tokens like default state. So if I don't remember to then go back in and edit like a special permission for something, it doesn't happen. I apologize. Hoppy, you see your two stealthier crew members close, across the desert canyon floor there and start shooting at the person in front of that large tent. Your turn. What do you want to do?
I'm going to. Can't do that. What I really want to do is I want to wait until the fireball goes off and then run in and beat the closest person with a beating stick.
Yeah, I'll be
But-
delaying my action too.
Yeah, so I guess I'm delaying my action.
If then.
Well, you can't if then run and attack, right?
I mean,
We'll be-
that's up for you to format.
I think
If
there are
fireball
any
goes
more-
off. Run in,
So
hit the closest guy with the.
okay,
I'm aiming for this guy right here.
the
So
closest alive guy.
No, well, that seems
You
really
wear the
cheaty.
brown pants.
So that seems really cheaty. So I'm gonna say that this guy's the one that I'm focusing on. Actually, you know what? It's this guy. I'm gonna focus on that guy.
All right.
Okay.
No, I can't make it there.
Oh my god.
I moved 30, right?
Yep.
So the only one that I can go after these closest to.
First
So
choice.
I will go
Yep.
after this one. Yeah.
Sounds good. All right. In response to being shot, he draws his already loaded heavy crossbow off of his back and starts screaming, "Interlopers, interlopers! To arms, brother of the flame! Show them our might!" And fires his heavy crossbow at you.
But he
Renan.
doesn't see them.
He does.
Oh.
He sees me?
He sees Renan because Renan just shot him in the face with a short bow.
Yeah.
And he looked around and went, "Where did that go? There she is."
8?
Yep, 8 piercing damage. You're hit by the crossbow bolt. He drops the crossbow to the ground, puts his foot in the stirrup, and starts to reload it. The rest of the camp sort of comes alive, and you can hear in the tent, like whining, like dog whimpering, and 3 silver dogs run out to flank this guard captain. They're all barking and growling, and as they bark and growl, you can see their mouths are like stoked with white fire.
Cool. We're fucked.
Where are those?
They're just next to the commander. Here.
Do you guys see them?
No.
I don't either.
Are we supposed to see them?
I can put something out there for you.
I just
No, it's
assumed if
okay.
we're supposed to kill them, we should see them. Quick, charm animal or whatever. Potion of animal friendship.
Heckin' big
Oh.
silvery doggos. Oniara, it's your turn.
I am delaying my action until after the initial fire explosion here, and will be attacking whichever the closest alive one is, and casting Blade Ward
Okay.
as my next action.
Draco, it seems like everybody's waiting for you.
So I'm delaying my turn until we get to...
The infinite loop of delay. I'm going to delay until Hoppy attacks the thing.
Okay, basically I'm going to aim at the little fire pit and throw down the flaming sphere. Oh. Oop.
I put it on top of the campfire. Is that a good place?
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah.
And anybody that starts their turn adjacent to it takes the damage. True or false?
Right.
True. Okay. Sort of anticlimactic, because technically the damage doesn't happen until their turn. So we go to initiative 0. It's their turn. All 4 that are directly adjacent, so everybody except this guy and the guy in the tent, make their dexterity saving throw. Hey, do what I say.
Not as I do.
That is not great. 11 points of damage. Kills this one, this one, this one. Going to that one.
Did I do good, guys? Did I do
You
good?
did great.
You did
That's what we
good.
were hoping for.
Good job.
That nap did you good.
The flaming sphere just literally burns them. There's a moment where the last one to die to the flaming sphere has this moment of almost like ecstasy. He drops in like he's in mid prayer, making like weird, creepy "I'm liking this" faces before
Yeah.
he dies to fire, and the silver skeletons are left.
I get
after
it.
Your...
I get it.
Do relate.
All right, now Hoppy gets to take his turn.
Yes.
No, but
Because he's dead. Yeah, that's
yeah,
right. he's
Then I get to take
All
my
right.
turn?
You also said the closest one, and he's also
No,
dead.
I said the closest alive one.
Oh, sure.
So this is the closest alive one. And I don't have Blade Ward cantrip on my spell in my spell book. I wasn't able to drag it from the compendium, so I might need you to add that for me. And if I'm using that as a bonus action, I can't use 2-weapon fighting, right?
Correct.
Okay.
You get one bonus action.
Then I am going to attack with my sword. I do 6 slashing damage.
Indeed, you do. Cutting into him, but not killing him.
Amateur.
And then
Are
what does
are
this,
you certain you want to use Blade Ward? No.
how long does it last? I don't have it in the spell book so that I can read it on the regular.
Yeah, that's I'm gonna.
If you add it for me, I can look at it and then cast it more appropriately.
It's until the end of your next turn.
Okay, then no, I don't want to cast it yet. I will equip my shield with my bonus action.
Okay. You could also make your other longsword attack if you wanted to.
Oh, perfect. Yes, let's
If
do
you're not
that
gonna
instead.
use the bonus action for that.
Thank you.
And Blade
Ah,
Ward is now in your cantrips page.
thank you.
Yeah, unfortunately 11 misses. So,
Do I get advantage for the sneak attack?
no, he just watched his friends melt to death.
But he didn't know I was gonna jump down from the cliff up top.
It's true. You don't get surprised just because the enemy doesn't predict exactly how he's about to be attacked.
Hey, you miss 100% of the shots you don't
That's
take.
true. Yep.
All right.
And some of the shots you do, as evidenced by that long sword strike.
As evidenced.
Yeah, he's dodgy, having watched his friends just burn to death. And he, not fearfully, but more like a person who wants to see you all suffer for the audacity of attacking them in their camp, calls to someone named Ajax and asks for aid.
I don't like that.
You're up, Amon.
Nope.
Oh,
At
right. They
initiative
get their
0,
turn, right?
a robed figure whose reflective robes are seemingly made of silver. They catch the setting sunlight beautifully, bouncing it all over the place. He has the most ornate silver flame mask you've seen so far.
Fuck.
And as he watches the men in the camp be murdered by the small band of interlopers that have descended upon his home away from home, he points at you and orders death to the infidels. Burn them, please. The 3 dogs that are by this general
Yeah.
begin to writhe in agony and start moving, like contorting in a way that would normally break animal bones were they real animals, making these weird, odd geometric shapes with their bodies as they sort of dance together. They touch one another, and as they touch, their glowing silver skin becomes white hot, and they melt into one singular form, becoming a large silver-plated scorpion.
Oh,
Ooh.
fuck.
That's a
what
cool
is it-
trick.
What is it called in Power Rangers when they all meld together? Is that what just happened?
Sure.
Morphin time.
This guy will attempt to punch you, Oni, because he right there.
Well, he gonna. Oh,
He's
okay,
right
I see.
there.
Not the scorpion. And the
No.
dogs go away now because we have the giant scorpion instead, right?
Correct.
Okay.
He misses.
Of course he does.
Of course he does.
Of course he does.
And the scorpion will move to this position, but that takes all of his movement to get to. Actually,
Now he
he's
got
gonna
burned.
hold-
And he
he's gonna
gets
hold the
burned.
mid-round. He's still going to, but not till
Yay!
next turn. Oh, and does entering? No, it starts turn, right? I think is what it says.
Let's see.
Oh, that ends its turn.
Yeah, end of turn.
We did the other group backwards, but we'll do this group right. Do you want to roll damage for him? And
Your roll was at 2d6, right?
2d6.
Mhm. Do not have a good dexterity save.
That's not 2d6, that's 3. Okay, pick 2 of those. I think they can beat both the 2s.
I'll
I
take that.
clicked it. Okay.
All right. Now it is Amon's turn.
All right. I'm going to.
Is Amon still hidden?
He is.
So, do I have advantage on a longbow attack?
You would.
Sweet.
Which one are you gonna attack? The commander or the new guy? The shiny guy?
The commander.
Nice.
That's a hit for 11 points. Now, riddled with arrows, he looks at you and he looks over his shoulder to see like if this Ajax has noticed, and Ajax is staring directly at him, and that seems to infuriate him. Like he does not want to disappoint or fail in front of maybe his superior. Any movement from you, Amon?
You got their attention now.
I think I'm just gonna have to sit here and take it.
You might want to move out of the 30-foot range that you can move.
But that would give him attack of
Advantage.
opportunity.
Yeah.
You're not in any threatened range right now.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna. If I was like on a little ledge, edge of the cliff, just pop up, shoot him, and then hunker back down.
Okay.
Trying to get as much cover as I can from the rocks.
All right, guys, we're running low on time, so we're going to start doing speed rounds here. Try to be as quick as you can. Renan, you're up.
Okay, I don't have my sneak attack, but I do have advantage because of the thing that happened.
What thing?
The crit.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Yep. That is the thing that happened.
Uh-huh. So I am going to shoot that guy. I do not shoot that guy.
Heartbreaking.
Ooh, you do not. Yeah, that's tough.
And I don't have an inspiration.
Move behind him on. Move behind him on.
And I'm gonna move there.
He catches the arrow in mid-flight and just throws it in the sand.
And I'm gonna do it.
Hoppy, it's your turn.
Raging and gonna attack this guy with my great sword. Do I want to use the great weapon? No, I'm just gonna attack him with my great sword for now.
We didn't have Tuma have a turn. Does he go
Make sure
on
he gets
0?
on this turn.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a miss, unfortunately, against the silver-plated scorpion. It just chings and sparks off of his metallic carapace. It is the guard captain's turn. He has, I think, reloaded his heavy crossbow and will shoot again at Renan for 9 points of piercing damage. He's got your number for sure. Then again drops it, putting his foot in the stirrup to reload it.
I hate this son of a bitch.
You summon a bitch.
Does Ajax take a turn on his turn also?
Yeah, I'm gonna move Ajax here so it's not too much all at once.
Okay.
Ajax points at Amon, who he's now become aware of, and just with one outstretched finger from his robed hand tells you, all infidels will burn before our bite. Burn in purifying fire. And he casts a spell on you.
Magic missile.
Because I'm his.
Thank you for recognizing that. I just have to make a melee spell attack, which I couldn't do. With my... No, really? We'll do this the old Navy way then. First one to die loses. 25 hits. And unfortunately, that means he's going to inflict wounds upon you for only 9 necrotic damage. That's bullshit. 9 points of necrotic damage as you can feel your innards start to light a flame, like you're literally burning from the inside of your core out. It's like the worst kind of indigestion.
Literal heartburn.
Literal heartburn. Oni, you're up.
Okay. I am going to. I still don't have my sword, my shield equipped, so I'm gonna do my two attacks. But I'm going to attack the one standing directly in front of me first, and see if that's enough damage to kill him if I hit.
Sure.
And then if it is, I'm gonna attack the second one.
Let's do it.
Hey!
Hey!
Hey.
Rent him asunder.
And the second one. Hey!
Hey.
Also, exactly what you needed to kill that one as well.
Nice.
So, in a dervish of dancing blades, you've dropped 2 defenders.
Fabulous.
Now all that remains on your side of the board is this giant silver-plated scorpion.
Oof. Okay, so my options are, and I'm gonna let the team help me on this, help Hoppy with the scorpion or come and help you guys with Ajax.
I think Ajax, because chances are the scorpion will disappear if we kill him.
Okay, I'm going to
And if not, I'm fine.
take
I've
a
got full
roundabout approach so that I don't have to go into the sphere. How far
Sounds
can I go?
36 squares.
I was here.
And one
30?
more. There you go.
I
Yep.
can go one more. Okay. Oops. All right, and I pass turn.
Draco, you're up.
Okay, first off, I shall summon my wildfire spirit right by our nice little scorpion dude to do 2d6. So. So pops there, then have him to shoot his what was it called? Flame seed right at the fire dude.
Ooh, miss.
Okay.
Damn it.
It's super weird to say I'm gonna spit my seed at you.
You know, right? Okay. Since he missed, then can I my bonus turn, or is my guy did my bonus turn?
I think summoning him was your bonus, right?
No,
Or
it's
was that
an
your
action.
action?
That was
Okay.
an action. Yeah.
Then yeah, I think you still have a bonus.
Then my bonus turn is to send the sphere right at the scorpion. Basically, try to immolate him.
Oh, I did not do well on my dexterity save. Roll your 2d6 for fire.
And it was a critical failure.
He's a
Unfortunately,
real
that
piece of
doesn't.
shit.
I know.
9.
9. All right. He's on fire. He's been brutally punched a few times. You're chipping away the scorpion. It is initiative 0 turn, which is Scorpion and Tuma. Scorpion will attempt to unleash all of its fury on Hoppy with a claw and a sting.
Claw, yes,
Craig,
sting, no.
Make a athletics check. And then take your 4 damage. Ooh, and you're grappled. Not that you wanted to move anyway, but you can now.
Sweet.
As you pinched into pincer.
You guys, we are getting our asses
You're
kicked.
not stuck here with me, or I'm not stuck here with
What are
you.
you
You're
saying
stuck
we
here
for?
with me.
Here with me.
What do you mean we? We just
I love-
took out a whole bunch of people right now.
I was gonna suggest during Tuma's turn that he heads toward you guys to give you a heal. And you
I
might
need
to
it.
Move out of range of their attack.
I don't know. Javi may need it here real soon. We're fighting a giant scorpion.
Yeah, but he has you.
Yeah, I'm pretty awesome, aren't I?
Yeah,
I've got him.
you
Who's
are.
got me?
Ugh.
I'll double move to be over by. It is Amon's turn. Start of round 3.
Right. I still have Hunter's Mark on the captain dude, so I'm just gonna fire again.
Oh wait, sorry. I got to roll another 2d6 since the scorpion didn't move out of the way of the fire damage
Yep.
at the end of its turn.
Go ahead and roll it, and Caleb, you can take your turn. I'm just going to mark off scorpion damage.
Oops. Advantage on.
I'm sorry?
I still have advantage on the
But if
action,
you take the first
but
roll.
you can take the first one. Yeah. And then Hunter's Mark.
Total of 11.
Oh, so close.
he's just one more solid shot like that, and he's down. He looks like a pincushion. And it's, I think, more the embarrassment of not wanting to get his ass kicked in front of his boss that is carrying him forward at this point. No mortal man would survive with these wounds unless they were being propelled forward by something greater. Any movement, or are you happy to stay where you are?
I'm just gonna, stay hidden behind the rocks as I can with limited cover.
I'm gonna cunning action and shoot him.
Like careful aim? Or steady aim, whatever it's called?
Cunning action just gives me advantage, and I can't move.
Cunning action just gives you the bonus.
Oh,
to
steady
dodge.
aim. Sorry, steady aim. My bad.
I knew what you meant. I just wanted to make sure we were
Thanks.
talking about the
I
same
don't
thing.
hit him.
Fortunately, a 13 misses, yeah.
God
You
damn it!
got sand in your eye.
It looks more like
Figure out how to
egg.
Get the sand out
Egg
of
on
your
the
eye,
face.
though.
Okay,
Javi,
well-
it's your turn. Do you want to move any, Michelle? I'm sorry.
I can't with
Okay.
with steady aim.
I'm gonna try and hit him again.
Okay.
I don't necessarily need to break the grapple, but is there any reason for me to do that? I'm not planning on moving, but
The only reason to break a grapple is if you want the autonomy to move on your own, or you're worried about what it's going to do with you while you're grappled. Like if a giant is going to grapple you and then drop you off a cliff into some magma, then like probably it's in your best interest to break that. But if a scorpion in the desert just has you in its pincers and you wanted to be in melee anyway, it's not a huge disadvantage.
but that doesn't make me easier to hit or anything like that.
Nope, it just means your speed is 0.
Okay. Then I'm gonna hit him with my hitting stick again.
Gonna hit him with my hitting stick.
Ooh, 12 bounces off.
No!
This is
Rolling
so
like
bad.
I
We're
was last
fucking
session.
gonna die.
We got this.
If only you were a little more reckless.
I believe.
Jeez.
Never thought you'd hear him say that, huh? Should have been more reckless.
I think he was making fun of us, but okay.
No,
I just
I
think
have a
barbarian
reckless attack.
Advantage.
I
I'm
know what you have, Mark. I know what he's talking about.
The captain of the guard gives up on the crossbow plinking war, and in a fit of fiery rage, he just charges down the hill, wielding a greatsword, and is going to attempt to kill Renan with his greatsword.
Roll athletics. I want to see if he falls.
He doesn't fall. he can take his time. He's moving 10 feet.
Damn it!
Oh, snap.
Oh, but he also
God
moves
damn
into,
it!
he moves into range, right? So Amon gets an attack of opportunity?
That only happens if you
No.
leave someone's base.
Damn it.
I love everybody's trying to figure out a way that Renan isn't just toast, but Renan goes to 0 hit points. It looks like.
She
Draco,
certainly
get
does.
on that, man.
Where's the chef guy? Why is he not healing
He's
me?
standing
He's
right
on his
next
way.
to you,
He had
but
to
he
double
had
move
to
to
move
get there.
twice, so he couldn't
God,
heal you
what a
last
piece
round.
of shit.
He's gonna heal you at the end of this round.
So mean.
I am
Heal
not
me, you little
losing
lip
another
dick bitch.
sister. This is just not happening.
Oh man. All right. Because of his overwhelming critical success, he gets to disengage for free. So I'm going to, I think, just move there. All right. Then the Ajax priest of the Silver Flame will continue to press his advantage against Amon. And yeah, I think just inflict wounds again. 22 touches you for 14 necrotic damage as it continues to burn your insides. Externally, those of you far enough away can see like the silhouette of his rib cage cast against his skin from the light that's burning within him. Motes of heat rising off of his head. Oni, it's your turn.
Amon, does that hurt? Sting a little?
I am
Shut up, Fireboy.
coming at Fear, and I am attacking.
Sounds good.
Here is the first one.
Hit.
Here is the second one. Nope. There we go.
Also a hit.
And I'm going to
Nice.
action surge
Sounds good to me.
and do that again. What was that? Stupid virtual dice?
Stupid virtual dice ruining my awesome turn.
No!
You bitch.
One of the yeah! No, one of the dice actually hit the other one and it was a 14 and bumped it to a 4. Like you could go back and watch the VOD. It was there.
Screen cap it for me.
Yeah, but critical hit, critical hit.
You take him very, very low and roll on the hit table.
See,
Oh,
even
dear.
Zell confirmed for me because he's watching and he confirmed that I was definitely robbed on that one. This is why I play with the virtual dice so I can see it.
Very, very helpful.
93?
I'm
Hey.
a little. Oh.
What?
No.
What?
It says the attacker dies.
It does
Oh.
not.
That's a tough break, Meg. I'm sorry.
Such a liar.
Not even a
yes.
roll.
Screen share, it doesn't happen. It doesn't matter.
I don't want this to happen.
Oh no. What is it? What is it?
You strike with debilitating force. Roll 2 additional set of damage dice beyond the first.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
So-
what am I rolling?
Roll 2d8.
We needed this.
This is the only we've been
2d8?
waiting for?
I'm so mad that they killed my sister that everybody in this camp is gonna pay.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Silver Scorpion.
Meg, tell me how he dies. Holy shit.
I
wasn't supposed to die, in other words.
Renan's name, and then I run up the hill, slash at him 4 times, and then just for good measure, take my swords and chop his head off.
Nice.
I am
Always
livid.
a
I am
showman.
done with this fight, and I need to get to her.
Wow, that was quite a turn.
I love this character.
Yeah, an amazing turn of events there. He's dead. As his corpse falls to the ground, the blood that's seeping from the severed head wound is liquid. It's moving like liquid mercury. It's his blood itself is silver, and is like so hot you have to take a step back from the heat of the puddle that it's causing. Moments after he's dead, his robes immolate and the flesh and fat burn away from his body, leaving a contorted silvered skeleton in that same sort of arched pose, looking skyward if it still had a head attached to its body.
It doesn't, though.
It doesn't, though. the head in the sand rolls over so its eyes face skyward, and it's you can tell it's trying to speak a word, but it cannot. Like its jaw is already locking in place, and the life force that animated it is dissipating too rapidly for it to even get a last curse out. As Mark, you're grappling with the scorpion. You can see it starting to liquefy before you. It's still like an amalgam of just a mass of liquid silver, but it's starting to like fall apart, for lack of a better term. It's becoming liquid in places it's supposed to be solid, and it's becoming crumbly in places that ought not to crumble. You think in very short order this creature will likely just completely fall apart on its own accord. But before that, it is Draco's turn.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and use my circlet of blasting and hit it with the scorching ray 3 times. 1. Oh, no, I gotta do it this way. 1, 2, 3.
2 hits and a critical miss. We'll take the 12 damage and apply it to the critter first. If you want to roll on the table for me.
Ugh.
I gotta be honest, that's not great.
You don't even know yet. You haven't seen it.
How much
Sorry,
do you want to
Hoppy.
bet? That's not great.
Sorry,
He has it
Hoppy.
memorized.
You start talking before you even look at your table.
Start talking all the damn time. Oh, look at me! I talk a lot, and I've got really long hair. That's who I am.
You volunteered to play with this man. I volunteered to marry him. You volunteered to play with him.
Believe me, this is the nicer campaign. So
Actually, this isn't so bad. Like it's horrible at the very beginning, but I stand corrected. This one isn't so bad. Draco, the spell misfires, causing you to panic. You end your current turn immediately and are surprised until the end of your next turn. But you were basically done with that turn anyway.
Right.
And if this creature goes away, being surprised ain't that bad. It means you don't get to move your flaming orb, but
Right.
Of the horrible things that could happen to you on a nat 1, that's really pretty mild.
Well, does my little guy able to do his thing?
Unfortunately, no, because your
No?
turn
Okay.
is over, so no bonus action to
All right.
command him. On 0,
Tuma's gonna heal. Tuma's gonna heal.
is going to heal. If Zell's watching, then inspired by another DM who had a great idea once, Tuma's been cooking some soup all afternoon that's been smelling amazing. You guys smelled it on the barge for the last several hours.
Mhm.
It's delicious. It's aromatic. He has a small gourd with a stopper in it, and he just uncorks the stopper, and like there's that mirepoix smell sort of wafting all over the
Mhm,
battlefield now,
mhm.
and he just takes
Oh, he's so excited. Soup, soup, soup.
Renan's head in his lap, and he says, "Rub-a-dub-dub. Thanks for the grub. Go get him, girl."
Yeah.
Just empties the gourd of scalding hot soup into your mouth,
And I get
immediately
20 HP.
you can roll 3d8 and restore
Wow.
that many hit points.
Ooh.
Wow.
This beautifully restorative soup that he's handcrafted just for this occasion pays dividends and restores you to life
I
with
will-
13 hit points.
Yes, thank
Take
you, Tuma.
Soup, soup, soup.
He takes a step back and reminds you that there are comment cards available later if you want to rate this dish.
I'll say I'll give you a comment later.
Oh dear. All right, I'm on round 4. Lightning round. Let's go.
All right. I am going to just spin and just attack with my short sword.
I think we found out why you're a ranged ranger.
Yep, that's why that's in the name.
He was just so
11 misses,
distraught
unfortunately.
and relieved that Renan is okay that he couldn't concentrate.
I'm
Now
going to
Renan's
use
gonna shoot this guy in the face.
Searing Smite as my bonus action.
Does that not require you to have hit with a weapon?
Mhm.
Probably. I haven't used it yet. I'm
You
using
can
for
link
the
it and
first
read,
time.
but I think it's like on a successful melee hit, you get to smite
Yeah.
doing extra stuffs.
I think so. So I'll just not do that.
Do you have inspiration token?
I don't believe so. I do
Okay.
not.
Then unfortunately, I think you've missed, and that is just it for you. Unless you would like to move or use a bonus action for something else.
I don't think I have anything else.
All right. Renan, newly.
Oh, actually, wait.
Just kidding. Hold on a
no.
second. Oh,
Sorry.
for real?
I thought I had a hunter's mark, but that only works if I hit him too.
A lot of that contingent on hitting.
Yeah.
Renan, you can spend half of your movement to stand up, still delicious brothy soup dripping down your chin. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna stand up.
Yep.
You get a
And
little bit of his soup on your chin, though. Yeah. Just say.
I'm trying to figure out how I use Booming Blade. I think I just have to hit, right?
Yeah, I think first you boom and then you blade.
Oops. Hold on.
Stop. Hold up. Wait.
I do not do anything.
Okay. The short sword attack does come up short. He's very, very angry right now, and he's using his great sword to parry with deft-like efficiency at this point, hanging onto a
Apparently.
thread. Do you have an inspiration token you'd like to utilize?
No, I don't have an inspiration token because someone hasn't given me one. God damn it!
Oh,
Be inspiring.
it's like a representative of your bad attitude, maybe? I don't know.
I just want you to know that since this started, I have only hit once. I'm very mad about it. It's
You've been
not
hit
your
quite a
fault.
bit, though. You've been hit a few times.
Yeah, but
Thank
you.
you.
You killed that one guy before we started the big fight.
I'm gonna go all in, reckless attack and great weapon master. I'm gonna cut this thing's head off.
Yeah.
Now we reckless.
That's a hit.
Great.
And 19 damage is exactly the number that you needed to fell the beast.
Nice.
The silver scorpion of the flame is destroyed. As you cut it in half, it starts to just become this giant pool of liquid silver. But unlike the human servants of the flame, this stuff just begins to rapidly boil on the sand and evaporate into the air. The sand
Deep inhales.
is left like a pane of glass.
Plug your nose.
Run away.
Hoppy, you've got a movement left if you want to take it.
I'm gonna head off in this direction.
Seems good. All right, I'm gonna great sword Amon because this guy's just fucking Rocky at this point. He's in it to win it. One great sword attack. Ooh,
Oh, thank God.
parried.
Okay, is it my turn? I know exactly what I'm
Not
going to do.
today, motherfucker.
I missed. You missed. We all missed.
Okay.
Oni, it is your turn.
Okay, I am here. Here we go. Attack 1. Attack 2.
Without his shield, a 14 hits.
Yeah, 14 hits because 8 does not. 7 damage.
And in another case of exacties, he has 7 left. So minus 7. And he's at 0 HP.
Yeah.
Keep stabbing him.
All the bad guys, this is where we're going to end, and we'll search the camp and stuff when we start.
Yeah,
next
since
week.
I'm sorry, guys, we ran like 15 minutes over, but I felt like we wanted to get through this particular murdering the bad guys fight because I was trying to create some emotional resonance for us today, and I
Thank
think
you
it
for
worked.
letting me
I
avenge
think it
all
did.
of those poor dead people.
And then, Oni killing a critical character that they probably shouldn't have.
Yeah, that
Supposed to
was
escape.
that was unfortunate.
12 hours of
No,
story
was
down
it?
the drain.
Goodbye. All right. Yeah, we will pick up here. Is everybody good for next week? Oh, sorry. We have a issue next weekend. I'm going to be judging a chili cooking competition here in Buellton
Nice.
that probably takes place around 11. So here's my thought process. Would you guys rather I just have the weekend dead, or would you rather try to get together and do like a half session, knowing that we couldn't do the full 3 hours, but if you want to do like hour and a half, like maybe just enough time to clean this up and like get to Beiju and do all of the we've arrived in a new city stuff, so that way when we can play another full session, we don't have to start with kind of boring getting to know you stuff. Or would you rather just have a dead week because life is busy sometimes and we need it?
Actually, dead week works for me because I got
I'd
a lot
take a
of stuff I
dead
need
week.
to do.
I was
Great.
gonna
Take
be
a dead
up,
week.
I was going to be up there anyway, so maybe we'll come to the Chili Fest.
Sure.
Yay!
All right,
You can bring
then-
Mathis.
Next Sunday, the 19th, is a bye week, dead, and we'll be back on the 26th.
Woohoo!
Awesome. Thank
Alrighty.
you, John.
Yay!
course,
Thank you,
thank you, guys.
everyone.
Bye,
It's awesome, John.
everyone.
Thank
Good
you.
night, everybody. Good night. Good morning.
Goodbye.
I'll see y'all next time.
See y'all.